Just keep it real. Big John Steele. Tell me how you feel. Convince me where the top go. Just keep it real. Big John Steele. Tell me how you feel. Convince me where the top go. Jesus is king. Big John Steele. Jesus is king. Big John Steele. Bro, you don't make any sense. Slow down a second, it's making you tense. When I be talking, just don't interrupt. I say the truth, you get salty for what? Give me an argument, not an assertion. I'm almost convinced that you're not a real person. Why are you galloping? What do you gish? Topic to topic, you flop like a fish. Say what you're meaning while being concise. Still got my taco, I ain't leaving Christ. Linda, just listen, get wrecked by a Christian. I think you might have a special condition. I debate all of you Muslim and atheists, witches and wizards and new ages. I roll with Jesus, you still get defeated. You won't change my mind even if you repeat it. Just keep it real. Big John Steele. Tell me how you feel. Convince me when the top goes. Just keep it real. Big John Steele. Tell me how you feel.
Every time.
Convince me when the top goes. Jesus is king. Big John Steele. Jesus is king. Big John Steele. Give me some logic, I just wanna know. Why you so toxic, bro? I'm on a roll. You wanna troll me, I'm shutting you down. I be too busy to suffer a clown. Say that you hold a position, defend it. Linda, I know you don't listen, let's end it. It's your own fault that you're stuck in your state. I just move on if you come in bad faith. Don't say that I mean, I say what I mean. I'm showing love, pull you away from the thief. You run away, you afraid or you weak. Bro, I don't play, I can make them retreat. You choose a deceit, ain't making me nervous. For those that I've reached, I've been living my purpose. This ain't at all about the money. Money. Trying to lift up the soul is just dumb as real. Big John Steele. Tell me how you feel. Convince me where the top goes. Just keep it real. Big John Steele. Tell me how you feel. Convince me where the top goes. Jesus is king. Big John Steele. Jesus is king. Big John Steele.
Oh, what's up, everyone? How's everyone doing today? Hope everyone's having a good day. Everyone had a good weekend. All things are well. We're doing more raids. No, I'm just joking. Although, got a lot of comments. People like the raids. But when we were live, some people are like, nah, it ain't it. It ain't it. So what are we saying? Do we want more raids in the future? Do we want that to happen? Or we just want to have these type of call-ins? Leroy Jenkins. White man turns up his YouTube chat with rap music. Is that just a statement of facts?
Jesus is king.
My walls are black. Abby's wearing a red shirt. I'm wearing a red shirt. Are we just stating facts here? I love the raids. Raids take long. Yeah, that's the problem. It takes too long for anything to get good. That's the problem. I gotta get better at just hanging out. I gotta get better at just hanging out than just sitting there and be entertaining. Jazz hands.
Jesus is king. Big John Steele. Jesus is king. Big John Steele.
Watching people crash out on their own channel. It's fun. You are not wrong. Afternoon, Lord Striker. Afternoon. I think also, by the way, I got it set up now where we should be able to take in TikTok callers again. So I worked on that on Saturday, and so that should work now. I want to show you guys what I have set up to do it. Here, I'm going to show you real quick. That's what I had to get everything to work so I can get the audio to work properly and have control over things. But it is what it is. It's what I do for you because I love you. I like the raids. Please don't go bald. Why would I go bald? Are you cursing me?
From the stress, I think.
Oh, from the stress. Yeah. That's pretty damn stressful. My goodness, it is stressful. All right. But either way, the way we did it on that one, I think it's good because, what's up, John? I think it's good because what we did last on the raids is I couldn't mute or kick people. They had to kick me. And so I think we keep up the process of when we bring people in here, they have to kick me. No, I'm just joking.
Can you imagine?
You guys control the kicking. You guys control the kicking, not me. Not me. That way no one can scream anymore. He just kicks people when he's getting cooked. Can't do that. All right. Lord, thank you for this day. Thank you for the blessings. Thank you for all that you've given. Walk with us this day. Be present with us this day. Allow the Holy Spirit to move through us this day and correct us when need to be corrected. In Jesus' name, amen. In the name of the Father, the Son, the Holy Spirit. The Holy Spirit. It's sacrilege if you go one way rather than the other. Apparently. Apparently. All right, today's topic. Oh, no. We almost let Abby off the hook. We almost let her off the hook.
So close.
She was almost free.
Notice how I didn't say anything.
She didn't say nothing. Because she was like, I'm getting off scot-free. Nah. Nah, son.
Stand fast. Stand fast, Christians, believers, soldiers of the Most High. Steel your hearts, grip your weapons, fix your eyes on the enemy, for he stands before us now. This is not the hour for fear. This is not the place for retreat. This is the field where legends rise or fall. A day may come when our shields are broken, when our blades run red, when our bodies are cast to the dust. But it is not this day. A day may come when evil marches unchecked, when the enemy believes we are scattered and weak. But it is not this day. This day, we make war. We strike with holy fury, with fire in our lungs and steel in our hands. We charge with the roar of heaven behind us and the wrath of righteousness before us. Let them hear the thunder of our boots. Let them see the fire in our eyes. For we are not merely men. We are the army of the living God. Raise your swords, warriors. Raise your shields, defenders of the faith. Today we don't run. We ride. We clash. We conquer. We bring the storm, we bring the reckoning, we bring the war to their gates. By the blood of the Lamb and the power of his name, we will not fall. We will not fall. Now fight, fight, for glory, for honor, for the King will not fall.
Boom. Oh, I should hire somebody to make like a professional one. Like a real one. That's not as cheesy. That was pretty corny. But it gets me hyped. That's all that matters. It gets me hyped. That just need it's like my walkout song. Today's topic is there are 0 reasons to believe Islam is true. Prove me wrong, win a taco. We haven't gone at the Muslims. We haven't gone into Muslims in a minute. So, if you disagree with that, if you think there are good reasons, are there actually any reason to be a Muslim, prove me wrong. You could join at tinyurl.com/BJS guest. Password 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That's the password.
Somebody is freaking out in the chat. They want the name of the intro song. I just think that's funny because, first of all, I don't think it's got a song, but a title. But I think it's funny because now I'm imagining somebody like in their car listening to that.
It is only here. It's not on. It's a personalized song made by Walk by the Spirit using AI. It's
You
the
gotta
only place.
come back to
It's the
hear
only.
it.
You got to come back every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday to hear that song. If you want to hear that song, you got to come back.
You don't play it on Tuesdays and Thursdays?
Yeah, I do. So every Monday, Wednesday, Tuesday, Thursday, Friday. What does that sound? Do you hear that?
Yeah, it's like a wind.
Oh no,
What?
my cable. I need a new cable.
Great.
Well, there's another friggin' $30 going down the drain. Okay, I think I got it. That'll have to do for now. That'll have to do for now. That's annoying. That's annoying. Can you guys hear it, or is it just us? Tech demons. Do you still hear it, Abby?
No.
I can a little bit. If Abby can't hear it, we're good.
The light's flickering.
I cast the demons out. I cast it out in Jesus' name that's possessed our cable and our light. Sounds okay on your end? Just us. Okay, that's all that matters. As long as you guys are happy, I'm happy. All right, let's bring in a guest.
Already.
Oh,
Call me a plumber because I found the 30.
oh, thank you very much. Thank you very much.
What does that mean?
Because he's a plumber, he's got to get down behind the toilet and find people's dropped wallets, I guess. If I was going to assume, that's what I would assume. But he just bought us a new cable. Thank you. Thank you. Let's see if this works. Trying the TikTok thing. Hello, how are you? And just real quick, how old are you?
I'm 42. So I'm kind of off topic. So if you got other guests, I could just get off. But I just had a quick question.
What's up?
So, on abortion, they talk about legal for rape and incest.
Can't use that word. The grape
All
word.
right, sorry. Rape or whatever, the other one, the I word.
Yeah.
Why the I word?
No, just grape.
No, I know, but like most people say, I know you don't believe for really any reason, and I agree with you, but I'm just always curious.
I thought we were talking about the words, my bad. Sorry,
okay.
What's your question?
Like, why do people always bring up the in word? Can I say that?
Incest?
Incest?
Yeah, you can say incest, yeah.
Okay, incest. Why do people bring that up as a reason for abortion? I never understood that.
I don't know. They're special kind of stupid, maybe? I don't know.
Because, like, I get it if it's like, father-daughter, and then wouldn't that fall under grape? So grape would cover anything.
Because incest leads to deformities in people. That's why.
Okay, so if that opens the door for informities, then shouldn't it just be like anybody with Downs kill them?
That's what they're doing. Yeah. We looked at a study the other day. What was it, Abby? What was the percentage?
100. It was just different places, but like 100 somewhere, 90 somewhere.
Yeah. So like plus 90% of people with Down syndrome was aborted in places that allowed for abortions.
But there's somewhere. Actually, maybe Canada. I don't know. So they're trying to open up MAID for babies born with disabilities.
Yep.
So basically, they're trying to backdoor, unaliving, mentally challenge people, but put it under the gross term of incest. Is basically what that is.
Well, I mean, incest is bad. We shouldn't do that.
Well, no, I'm not trying to say incest is good. I'm just saying, like...
That's what they're going to do to you, bro. That's what they're going to do. So you think incest is good? That's what they're going to say.
Hey, with me and my grandma want to get... No, sorry, I'll stop that. Didn't you have that other guest that turned into the grandma thing? That's the other I'm referencing that.
Yeah,
so
no, I got the reference.
Yeah. No, but I've tried asking people because they always bring up the grape and incest thing, and I'm like, why incest? Like, wouldn't grape handle most of it? And then if the rest of it is just a deformity thing, then why not just say deformity and not incest?
Because they're just using these people as tokens. That's all it is. It's like,
okay.
Yeah. I mean, they should be arguing against the incest.
It probably sounds bad to be like, we should be able to abort babies with disabilities. So they're just like, nobody's really for incest. So that's kind of, I think, probably the logic there.
Yeah. They backdoor it. They should just be honest. Like, we want to be like the Spartans and just unalive it if it's not healthy as we want.
Yeah. Just own it.
All right. That was it. Hey, also, what's your PayPal? Because I wanted to send you some gifts or whatever.
Oh, thank you. BigJohnSteel@gmail.com.
JON, right?
Yeah. JONSTEEL. BIG.
No. There's no E at the end of steel?
Correct. Like the metal.
Okay. You said Gmail?
Yep.
All right, cool. Thanks, man.
Very kind.
Love your show.
Thank you.
You do good work.
Appreciate
Thanks.
it, bro. Appreciate it.
Bye.
Abby, did you open the floodgates?
I did, because Lord Stryker reminded us.
Yes. Thank you, Lord Stryker.
Daniel wants to know if we're recording.
Yes, I am. I actually am this time.
Good job. Good job, guys.
Thank you. This is why we hired you guys. Your paychecks are in the mail, by the way. If it hasn't arrived, take it up with Canada Post. Oh, I guess they didn't want to come up. All right, guys. There are 0 reasons to believe Islam is true. Prove me wrong. Win and taco. Join at tinyurl.com/BJS guest password 123445 or 12345 or unos dos tres cuatro cincos. Any one of those. As my attorney. Oh yeah, you are an attorney, right? I have questions for you as an attorney, but I have to ask my friend first before I talk about it. Because I don't know if my friend would want me talking about it. Privately, yeah. Maybe I'll send you a message on the Discord. On the Discord. Because we have a friend that's going through some things, legal issues, and it's going to end up turning him into an involuntary OnlyFans model. If the he's not going to have a choice. But yeah, that's for another time, I guess. People keep joining, but leaving. Mitchell comes in with the 5 bigarinos, says, good morning, John, chat, and empty chair.
I'm back.
She's back. She's back. Back with a bad back and something that rhymes with bad back. All right, guys, if you think I'm wrong, tinyurl.com/BJSGuest. If you're watching on TikTok, you should be smashing the like button. If you're not, you're literally wasting my time because you're just sitting here staring at my pretty face and we're not talking to anybody. But if you smash the like button, we can have more conversations with people. Because like I said, I fixed the TikTok call-in thing, so it should work now. It should 100% work now. Mitchell came in with another 10, says, oh, chair's filled. Hi, Abby. Wow.
Hi.
Okay, you know what I just got is that me and the empty chair are worth $5 and Abby's worth 10. That's what you just told me. That's the message that I just received. Can you pray with me to rebuke the enemy in this chat? Who's the enemy? Is it Big Juicy?
What?
I just picked a random person. He said, rebuke the enemy in the chat. You look like you worship men.
What?
I do.
Whoa.
Jesus Christ. Hallelujah.
Look at this.
What?
Look how much blood came out of me.
For what?
For my...
Oh, right.
That's a lot.
Oh my goodness. Like context, woman. Oh, just look how much blood came out of me. Like, what the hell just happened? Are you dying? What's going on here? Oh my goodness.
That's wild.
Hello, how are you? And just real quick, how old are you?
46.
All right, man. There are 0 reasons to believe Islam is true. Prove me wrong. Win a taco. Go ahead.
Well, let me educate you, okay?
Okay.
Through the lens of someone whose mind is not clouded by superstition,
Okay.
by delusions,
Okay.
and fairy tales, okay?
Okay.
Let me educate you. But first, let me cool down my IQ because for this life, because
Did you say
it is
cool it down
way
or call it
above
down?
room temperature.
Did
It
you
is
say
way
cool?
above room temperature. My
Your
IQ
IQ?
is way above room temperature.
What is it?
Let me stoop down to your level, okay?
What
To
is
help
your
you
IQ?
understand.
What is your
To
IQ?
help you understand, okay, little boy? Listen to
Sounds
daddy.
like
Listen to
somebody
daddy.
coping to me.
Okay,
Why?
but real quick, I'm just
Listen to
curious.
that.
What is your IQ?
Listen, way above room temperature.
But like room
Okay.
room temperature is 21. Room temperature is
Way
21
above.
degrees.
Way above.
So like what,
So,
50?
so let me stoop down to your level, okay, little boy?
50 would be a lot. That'd be way above.
Are you ready to listen, little boy?
You're
ready
clinically
to
dumb.
listen?
You're clinically dumb if it's below 80. So like, what
That's
is your
why I'm
IQ?
stooping down. I'm stooping down to your level.
But you said it's above room temperature. Room temperature is 21.
Way above.
Actually, if
way
you go
above.
by Fahrenheit, it's in the 70s. So that's still
Way
that's still
above.
that's still clinically stupid. Like you can't even join the military unless you have an above 80 IQ.
Yeah, way above.
Well, how much?
That's why for this live, which is obviously below room temperature,
Just one sec.
I will stoop down to your level. Okay.
Just one
Funky's
sec.
World Match this donation. This is a challenge.
Guys,
Based.
that's wild.
Okay, so again, what's your IQ?
I would say around 150.
150?
Yeah.
So you're
on a, on a good, on a
Have you
bad
ever
day.
done a
On a bad
test?
day.
on a bad day it's 150. So you're technically a genius?
I don't know if you can call me that.
Yeah, so like the 150 to 160 range
But
is
I've
considered
never
genius
met-
level.
I've never met a wiser man than me, to be honest.
Wow. Have you met
Never.
somebody that's more humble than you?
Humble? What's humble? What's humble? What does it mean?
I thought you had 150
No shock.
IQ.
No shock. No shock.
What does humble mean? What does humble mean?
It means that you don't see yourself as superior, but you could just kind of recognize the humility in yourself. You recognize, where you're at in life, and
Why do I need to be humble?
I didn't
You
say you
don't.
did. I just
I'm
asked if you were.
just curious.
Are you humble? Are you humble?
Depends in the situation.
Why do you keep touching your face? Are you anxious? I make
the
you nervous.
feel-
Huh?
I like the
I
feel of my
made you
face.
nervous. I made
like
you
the feel of
nervous
my
there,
face.
little boy. So, little boy, are you ready to listen now?
No.
Are you ready to be educated now?
Yeah, I'm still
Are you ready
waiting.
to be educated now?
Yes.
Nah, enough of this chit chat. Listen now, okay?
Okay.
Wait, my IQ is still too high. Wait, let me cool it down a little bit more for this. Okay, 65, 64, 63. Hold on, just 1 second. What's your IQ? Like around what? 40?
It's
40?
like like maybe 22.
22, okay.
Yeah.
40, 39, 38, 37. This machine is kind of slow. 36, 35. Oh shit, I'm so dumb now. Shit, I'm so dumb now. I don't know what to do now. Oh shit. I believe in Jesus now. Hallelujah. 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 Praise Jesus. Praise Jesus. Hallelujah. Hallelujah. I believe. I believe. I believe. I believe. I can fly.
You know what?
I believe
I'll give
I
that
can
an 8 out of 10
fly.
troll. That's
I
pretty good.
believe I can
That's
touch the
pretty
sky.
good.
I really on the living night and day. I spread my wings.
Oh, I forgot my phone. Where's my phone?
Imagine having so much time, this much time.
I mean, we got the same amount of time. Would you mind grabbing my phone,
Yes, I would. 1 second.
please and thank you? I'll hit the button. All right. So I'm waiting for the education. Or were you just doing the troll? That was a pretty good troll. I'm actually going to give you that. Was a really good troll.
Shut your mouth.
We're complimenting you.
Give me a compliment.
Calm down.
By the way, chat, it's on you. By the way, I can't kick him until you guys vote him out. That was the rules,
Did
remember?
you just click the button?
Are you crying, boy? You look like you're so triggered. You're affected. Jesus cannot help you. You're triggered, boy. You're triggered. And Jesus can't help you. Oh, look. It's gonna grow. Look. It's growing. It's growing. Oh, shit. Oh, shit. He's gonna snap. Watch. He's gonna snap. Jesus, help him.
All right, I got
Jesus.
the vote. You've been voted off
Jesus,
the
help
island, my
him.
friend. God
Okay,
bless.
bye-bye. Bye-bye, little boy. Bye-bye.
I got to give it though. That was a pretty good troll. Like I might steal that troll. Yeah, hold on, just hold on. Let me lower my IQ real quick. Oh, Allah is a false. Allah is the real prophet, or not Allah, Muhammad. Wow, see, I really lowered the IQ there. All right, guys. If you want to join, it's tinyurl.com/BJS guest password 12345, or you could join on TikTok as well. These are the places where you can join. I did troll him back. Remember the whole thing about room temperature? Hello, how are you? And just real quick, how old are you?
I'm 31. I agree with what you're saying. I didn't mean to request.
Oh, all right. God bless.
God bless.
Guys, smash the like button, share live. Let's get this out to the people we need to get it out to. Hurry up. Hurry up. We don't got all day. We might have to change the topic if we don't get any guests. We might have to change the topic. Go back to the atheists. For some reason, the atheists come in on the shorts. Islam comes in on TikTok. I wonder why that is. You ever notice that?
It's almost like
TikTok is where... Nothing. I love you, TikTok. We love TikTok shop. We love TikTok shop. All right, let's do some super chats while we're waiting. Funky World Matches donation. This is a challenge. Good challenge. Modern Brain came in $2. Says guest needs a hug. This is a coping mechanism. 150 Fahrenheit IQ. Another conversion to Christ. Hallelujah. Hallelujah. Someone needs to clip this and post this on Discord. I guarantee you it's going to be done. I guarantee you somebody's going to do it. There's that channel that's been clipping and posting for me. Also, by the way, guys, if anybody wants to, I was thinking about starting a Discord channel dedicated to shorts. If anybody wants to take clips of me and make it vertical in shorts and then post it, I would post it. Oh my goodness.
Challenge. He makes me laugh.
Thank you so much. That was
what a flex.
Wow, that was a flex. Wow, thank you so much. That was very generous. Yeah, so I was thinking about doing that, and then that way you guys, if you wanted to, it'd take some work off my plate, and then we could post some of your content. You're vertical right now. Yeah, but it depends on what you're watching. Some people repurpose the horizontal stuff, right? We have 0 guests. 0 guests. None whatsoever. I can't pay someone to talk to me these days. Oh my goodness. It's true too. Because I've had 3 people make videos to that video I did. Did John get braces? Does it look like I got braces? To that video of like why I'm no longer an atheist. I asked them all to have a conversation. They all said no. I asked all their followers to come up and have a conversation. They all said, why would we have a conversation with you? You've already been proven a liar. All of them said no. All of them said no. I tried to go raid other people's lives. I got kicked out of every single one of them. And now we're here being like, bring up the guests. Where are they? Prove me wrong. Dead silence. Dead silence. What is it, guys? What is it? Invisalign? No. I got janked up teeth. It doesn't look like it at this angle, but I really do have janked up teeth. They don't line up. I got a tooth that's sideways here. This one sticks out too far. These ones stick out as well. These ones kind of go like you can see the bottom ones are all janked up. And I have this tooth pulled out completely. You're just watching the video as getting kicked off live. That's what I'm saying, bro. That's what I'm saying. It's because I'm not Christ-like enough. But they got no problem. They got no problem talking over people, mocking and humiliating, insulting. But the moment you like talk over back a little bit or give a little pushback, you're world's biggest piece of shit. Is what they say. Is what they say. Our flaws are what make us beautiful and give us personality. Some people. We don't have Invisalign money. We definitely do not have Invisalign money. It's the hair, John. Why people don't want to debate you. The hair? It's the Superman hair, probably, yeah. Do y'all see what happened to Nicolas Cage? He got attacked by bees? No kidding.
Yeah,
No way. That's awesome.
On set.
That's so funny. What's Islam? I don't want to tell you. Listen, if you're living in that sort of peace, we'll let you be peaceful.
You don't want to know.
We'll let you be peaceful. If we don't start getting guests here in like 5-10 minutes, we're going to switch the topic. We'll switch it back to the atheists. How much for you and Abby to switch haircuts?
So much.
Yeah,
so much.
It take me so long to grow the hair that much.
And it took me 3 years to grow this.
Yeah, it'd have to be like 10 grand.
And he doesn't like me with short hair.
No.
Especially not that short.
I don't even think 10 grand's enough, to be honest. Like, how long do we have to keep it for? There is no love like Christian hate. Honestly, you know what? People who say there's no love like Christian hate, this is what I envision them doing. There's no love like Christian hate. This is what I envision them doing, bro. freaking, I've had people say that to me so many times when all I did is just push back a little bit in argumentation. They're like, literally, those girls
I was just thinking about that.
insulted my wife, insulted me, called me down. I never insulted them once. And then as soon as they kicked me because I pushed back on the debate, they're like, "There's no hate like Christian love." It's like, oh my goodness, a bunch of pansy asses. The atheists make me laugh. This group makes my brain hurt. Yeah. Yeah. Dissing someone's ideology is hate? How? Did you just did that? There's no love like Christianity. Did you not just diss our ideologue? So did you not just do hatred? Look at these horrible Christians judging everybody. Are you not judging the Christians? All right, guys, should we switch the topic? We're not getting no one. No Muslims. I guess they only come out at night. That might be a reason. Too.
They don't come on Mondays.
Yeah, that's true. They
So-
they don't come on Mondays.
We might need to.
We might have to
switch
change
it.
the topic.
Like switch the days.
Okay, let's switch the topic then. We'll do
Like try Muslims on Wednesday or something. Is Monday like a thing for Muslims? Do they not go on the internet?
we'll do atheism or Islam is true. We gotta change I gotta change the thing. Hold on.
And the title. Do you want me to change the title?
Yeah. If that's not too much work.
It's not. What do you want?
What is it now?
Islam is false.
To just add the word atheism. Just add those words.
John doesn't go live on Facebook.
No, I don't have
That's
the
kind of
I don't have the computing power to do that. I'm live on so many places right now, so like to go live on Facebook also is a bit much.
You tried that and you didn't get anybody. So
No, we didn't get a single soul. Okay, I think we got a guest. As soon as I switched it. Oh, I don't think you have a mic connected. Okay. That's modalism, Patrick. Hello, Patrick. How are you? And just real quick, how old are you? Okay, just... Yeah, I can hear you. Just give me 2 seconds and I'll bring you in. All right, man. There are 0 reasons to believe atheism or Islam is true. Prove me wrong. Win a taco. Go ahead.
Sure. Well, I'm not an atheist, so I'm not gonna try to prove you that atheism is wrong because it is. But as far as Islam goes, I'm not Muslim myself. My background is I'm a Baha'i. I don't know if you guys have ever heard of the Baha'i faith.
Mm-mm.
Okay, so I'll just give you a little background. I'm not gonna try to dig too far into it, but basically, we're a newer religion. We're about 200 years old. It's a religion that originated in Iran or Persia, and what we believe in is progressive revelation.
Sorry, just one
Hello?
second. They can't hear you
Sure.
on TikTok, so I got to add you in there. Just give me 2 seconds.
No
the
problem.
Device is B2. All right, can you say something?
Okay,
Perfect.
like I was saying, my background, I'm a Baha'i. The Baha'i faith is one of the world's, I guess, newest religions. It's about 200 years old. Originates from Persia, and it is actually the most widespread religion in the world currently. We have basically Baha'is in over, I believe, 170 countries and territories. Pretty much there's Baha'is everywhere in the world at this point. And what we believe in is progressive revelation. So we believe that all religions emanate from one God. Basically, all messengers are sent by the same God, and that as humanity basically matures and progresses, God every periodically sends messengers to humanity to kind of update uh, the religious laws and ways for the time. So we do believe that everything that God is uh, basically rolling this revelation out to get humans to perfection eventually. That's the we see everything as anything that's created by God is headed towards perfection. Now, for me personally, the reason, and like I said, I'm not Muslim, but the reason that I do believe in Islam now, again, our religion, the Baha'i faith, does believe in all the Abrahamic religions. So, or actually, not even just the Abrahamic religions, but what we believe is that it goes in chronological order, basically in time order, starting from Adam all the way, Adam to Abraham to Krishna to Buddha. Now, all these different religions, they appeared in different parts of the world for different people at different periods. So, now to look at it in a very logical sense, because I'm not going to try to sit here and just argue, well, this is my faith, because anybody can have an opinion and have their own faith, and that's just fine. But looking at it in a logical sense, the way that it always made sense to me is I looked at each religion and I kind of lined up the appearance of that messenger to what was going on historically on Earth during that time era. Now, just to get, specifically for Islam, if you look at the time period where after Muhammad appeared to the Arabs. Now, before the appearance of Islam and Muhammad, you guys got to realize the Arabs were the most barbarous people on earth. I mean, literally, their entire way of living was each tribe would battle out the other tribes, and whoever would win would get to take the women and children of the other tribe as slaves and basically do with them as they will. So they were extremely barbarous, warriors people. Now, they went from that to when Muhammad appeared to these people within 100 or so years. You cannot deny that the Arabs became the most learned and advanced society on earth. I mean, we got algebra that comes from them, and we got so many sciences, basically modern medicine, algebra, mathematics, astronomy, so many different sciences that is existing today emanates from the Arabs, and that's undeniable. That's just history. You can just, you don't have to take my word for it. Go ahead and read the history books. So, how do you explain that these people that were the most backwards, barbarous people living in some desert, all of a sudden within 100, 150 years become the most advanced civilization where the Jews, the Christians, all the other religions were going to the Arabs to get knowledge and science? So you cannot deny that. I mean, how does that happen? How does that blessing come upon a people? That doesn't just randomly happen. So I'll give the mic back to you. Let me know
I
what
have
you
no
think
idea
about
what
that.
to address. You said 7 billion things. What do you want me to address? Hello?
I'm sorry, you were cutting out there for a second. Yeah, can you hear me? Sorry, you
Yeah,
were
yeah.
cutting
So
out.
you said 7 billion things, so I don't know what to address.
Well, I mean, we're just talking about Islam. So you're talking about, prove how Islam is a true religion. So I'm saying, how do you explain that from the appearance of one guy, these people go from being the most barbarous, most backwards people on earth to within less than a century becoming the most advanced civilization on earth at the time?
Yeah, I don't
How
believe
does
that
that just
happened.
happen? So what do you mean you don't believe how that happened? Have you not read history? Do you not know where all modern science, mathematics, medicine, all that came from?
Yeah, it's mostly
I
Christianity.
mean,
It's
no,
a
it's not.
Christian
Actually, go
saint
ahead.
that's quoted for doing the first, I forget what his name is, but the first hospital, for example.
Actually, no, it was the Persians in Iran under Islam. Now, the funny thing is, it was not really most of the
But here's the thing.
sciences did not actually emanate from the Arabs.
I'll just grant you that everything you said is true. How does that prove Islam is true?
Well, I mean, like I said, how do you explain that? I mean, here's the thing. Okay, so if let's say Muhammad was just a great author and he just wrote a really
Sorry,
great
just
book,
one
and
sec.
people, sure.
John, you're not allowed to kick this guy. I'm utterly convinced this is the true religion. How could we have been so blind? Let him keep going until he runs out of oxygen.
Sorry, bro. Go ahead.
No problem, no problem. Well, like I said, again, I'm not Muslim myself, so it's not like I'm just trying to, push people to Islam, and I'm just looking at it from a very logical standpoint. I mean, like, forget about Islam. Just look at any religion. After the appearance of any prophet, you see that
So you're
humanity
saying
goes
all
through a
religions are
leap.
true?
All religions that attest to the unity of the one God, yes. So what we
Okay.
believe in is we
So
believe
when
in
Christianity says that Jesus Christ was crucified and Islam says that he wasn't crucified, which one's right?
Islam does not say he was not crucified.
It literally says that
Islam
in the
actually
Quran.
believe it does not. Actually,
Yes, it
Islam, let
does.
me explain
Yes, it
something to you. Hold on a
100% does.
second.
Have you read the Quran?
Yes, dude, I lived in Iran. I grew up in Iran. It's an
Okay.
Islamic country. So
So
even me
it
not being
literally
Muslim,
says that Jesus was not crucified, but it was only made to look so.
okay, what does that mean? So you guys got to, again, understand that a lot of scripture is written with more spiritual meaning. You cannot just take
So when
everything
Christianity
literally. So
says
what that
that
means,
when Christianity
what
says
it means
Jesus
by
was
crucified.
crucified,
See, now again, no. See, you're trying to translate Arabic into English, and you don't understand what it's
I'm
saying.
not
What
translating
is meaning
Arabic
is
into
that even
English.
though,
The guys who
hold on a
translated it,
second,
hold
hold
on,
on a
bro.
second.
No, hold
Well,
on.
no,
No, you
I'm
hold
trying to
on.
explain to you what that means.
You
Okay, go
yapped for
ahead.
16 years.
Go
All
ahead.
right. So
Well, you asked me. No, you're asking me a question. I'm answering you. You're telling me why does
still yapping.
the Quran say that? Still, I'm okay. Just because now you found somebody that's logical enough that is explaining things to you in logical terms, you take it as yapping because you have nothing else to say back to me.
It's not
So you
logical.
asked me a question. You said, why does the Quran say that Jesus was not crucified
That's not the
and it
question
was
I
only
asked you.
made to look so? Okay, so what did you ask me? Go ahead, sir.
I asked you which one is right.
Which one is right? They're both right. Yes,
That's a
Jesus did not die. Jesus is alive
they
and well
both
today, is he not?
do you know that two things can't be true at the same time? Two
Oh, so
contradictory things can't be true at the same time.
Are you denying that Jesus is alive?
Jesus is alive. That doesn't change the fact that he was crucified.
Okay, so what it's saying is that it was made to look so. It means that he was killed. He was made to look like he was dead, but he never died. That's what it means. It means
That's
that
not
he's
what it
still
means. It
living
literally says
today.
he was not crucified.
No, see, you're taking it. It means he was not killed. You could try you. His body was crucified, but his spirit, yes, you cannot crucify the spirit of the Christ. As a
Okay,
matter of
prove
fact,
it.
let me tell you how much respect Islam had for
Hold on,
Christianity. And
prove it.
this you can verify. What do you mean prove it?
Prove your
what?
claim. You're saying that he was crucified, but he never died, and that's what it says. Prove it.
Well, that's what if you read the Arabic version and you understood Arabic, that's what it's meant to say.
So
That is the meaning of that.
the guy who understood
It means
Arabic.
they tried to kill him.
Hold on. The guy who understood Arabic and then
Okay,
translated
let's
it
bring
into
up the verse. Do you
wow.
have the verse from the Quran? Let's bring it up.
Middle of my sentence.
Sorry, go ahead. No, what is the verse from the
Still
Quran that you're
talking.
saying
Still
though?
talking.
Do you have it? Go ahead.
So the guy who translated it, who understood Arabic and translated it, he didn't understand Arabic well enough to translate it? You understood it better than the scholar who did it?
No, he did. Because listen, what you just said to me as somebody who comes from an Arab, or not an Arabic, but a Middle Eastern background, to be honest with you, I had never even heard the verse that you're talking about. But just from the way that you are telling me, that's how it translates to me. You see what I'm saying?
You don't even know what he's talking
Because
about.
Don't even know what I'm
I grew up
talking
in
about,
that
but you know how it
culture.
translates?
You know how it's translated?
Because you're telling me that the Quran is saying that
Do you
he
read
was
Arabic?
not crucified, and it was. I'm sorry.
Do you read Arabic?
Yes, I do read Arabic.
Okay.
I read Arabic and Farsi, which are two separate languages, by the way. But now, again,
Right. So here it is.
everything
Hold
can
on.
be misconstrued.
Hold on.
Okay, go ahead.
You demanded that I presented. So it says,
Sure.
as for the boasting, we killed the Messiah, Jesus, son of Mary, the messenger of Allah, but we neither killed nor crucified him. It was only made to appear so. Even those who argue for this crucifixion are in doubt. They have no knowledge whatsoever, only making assumptions. They certainly did not kill him.
Exactly what I just said. It said we made it appear so. So we put him on his body was put on the cross, but he was never his spirit. See, because
Okay,
when the
okay.
Quran is talking about
Let's
Jesus,
hold on.
it's not talking about the
Slow
body
down.
of
Slow
Jesus.
down. Slow
The
down.
Quran is
Slow
talking about
down.
the
Slow
spirit
down.
of the Christ.
Slow
Go ahead.
down. But they neither killed nor crucified him.
Yes, his spirit. They
Who the fuck
never
did-
killed
Why
or
wouldn't
crucified his spirit.
it doesn't talk
Because
about
the
his spirit?
Quran
Where-
is speaking of the spirit of Christ. They're not
Where?
talking about the body. That's what you guys got to understand.
Show me where.
Anywhere when they didn't. You tell me where they're talking about his body.
Right here.
It says we were. Okay, it says it was made to appear so. What does that mean, made to appear so? You explain
Well,
that to me.
according to the Hadith, somebody else was put up in his place, commonly interpreted as
No,
what's his
not at
name, the
all.
betrayer.
You tell me
Who
no.
betray- who
Forget about
betrayed-
who's interpreting.
Who betrayed Jesus
No,
again?
forget it.
Bro,
Right?
yeah,
Judas.
Yeah, so commonly Judas was the interpretation.
Who? Where does that say that in the Quran? That Judas
It doesn't
was
say it
the
in the
one that
Quran.
went
I
up
said
on
it was in the Hadith.
Exactly. Okay, who the hell made the hadith? Another human. We're not talking about another human, brother. We're talking about the scripture itself. If you're gonna stick to the scripture, stick to the scripture. I don't give a shit
Okay,
what some
well, right
ignorant
here
Arab
it still
in the
says
middle of the fucking
it still,
desert is saying.
Well,
it still
now
Patrick.
we're just listening to you.
Patrick, it still says they didn't crucify him.
Yes, they never crucified Jesus the Christ. Yes, they never crucified
Okay.
and
So
killed
then
his
back
spirit.
then
He's
back to
still
the
alive and well
question.
today, is he not?
Then back to the
They
question.
are saying
Hold on.
exactly the same thing that the Christians are saying.
Do you ever run
You
out of
guys
breath?
are saying that Jesus was not. No, I don't. I'm sorry.
Obviously. All right.
Because I'm passionate about this.
So then the
Jesus
question,
is alive and well.
Linda, then the question still remains: if Christianity says he was crucified by flesh, and Islam says he wasn't, which one is true?
Islam doesn't say he wasn't crucified by flesh. Islam is saying
That's
that even
what
though
you're
it appeared
arguing.
that
That's
he
what you
died-
just said. You just said that.
No,
Those are the
sir.
words that came out of your face. You said he
What-
wasn't
Dude, I'm
crucified by
telling you, as
flesh, it was
somebody
by
who
spirit.
grew up in an Islamic country, we
I don't
believe
give
in
a fuck.
Christianity. Are you? Because, dude, you're retarded. You don't understand. We have churches. We have Christians in Iran. Christianity's been in Iran far longer than it's been in America. Do you understand that?
Can we he said I was the R word. Can we do a poll on what who the audience thinks is the R word?
You want me to actually make a poll?
No, I'm just saying.
Yeah, you know what's funny? My wife is
Is a
Syrian.
very unfortunate woman. I
Okay.
agree.
No, hold on a second. My wife is a Syrian. They are literally the first Christian nation on earth. She literally speaks Aramaic. And you know where they're from? Guess where they're from? They're from Iran. That's how long Christians have been in Iran.
Can somebody vote him
Okay?
out, please?
So don't tell me that whatever, dude.
See why? I see.
You're
see,
trying to
he's-
tell me. No,
why
you're
is he
trying
so
to tell
mad at
me
me? I
that
feel like I've been nice
Islam,
to him.
because you're telling me
Because
that
you don't-
Islam is against
don't
Christianity
automatically
when you
believe
have no
whatever he
idea what
says.
you're saying. Islam is in no way against Christianity, is in no way in denying Christ. And that's what is upsetting me, is that what you're saying that
Really? Okay,
Islam
so
is denying
Christianity says, hold on,
on a second.
Dude,
No,
you
no.
yapped and yapped and yapped. Christianity has said
Go ahead.
that Jesus Christ is the way, the truth, and the life, that no one gets to the Father through
Yes.
him, that Jesus is God, right? And then Islam comes and says, do not associate any partners with God. So then how
Yes.
are they treating him the same?
Because Jesus is not God in
That's
the
not
flesh.
the question
And
I
yes,
asked
you
you.
cannot. Okay, so I'm telling you, I'm giving you the answer to your question. You're
No,
saying
you're
that
not. You're answering a different
in-
question.
no, you're saying in the Bible it says that Jesus is God, right?
No, hold on, chat. You don't have to pay to kick him. You just have to, enough of you have to say, kick him. That's it. People are like, I can't afford to pay to kick him. You don't have to pay to kick him. Just tell me to kick him.
Because somebody that's talking logic to you and you have nothing logical to say
It's
back,
not
let's just kick
logical.
'em,
You
right?
just
That's
yapping and yapping and yapping and saying, I know the truth, and not the person that translated the
okay.
Quran.
Well, dispute me. So we're having a debate. Dispute me.
Well,
All right.
when he does, you don't stop talking.
You've been voted off the island, my friend. God bless. I can't afford to kick him right now. That's not what I was saying. I would never do that. I would never put something like that behind a paywall. That feels gross to me. But if you did pay for it, that would be a very good incentive to like kick somebody.
I kind of feel like we got catfished though, because he was like, I'm not Muslim. I'm this random religion that I've never heard of. And then he just argued for Islam.
Yeah. All right, guys. There are 0 reasons to believe atheism or Islam is true. Prove me wrong. Win a taco. Join at tinyurl.com/BGS guest. Password 12345 or 12345 or 12345. Or how do you say it in German?
Probably some angry sounding words.
It's like Japanese. You know how you like make Chinese sounding things more Japanese sounding? Like, this is gonna be the most racist thing I've ever done.
Chinese
But like
things sound
Chinese,
more
like
Japanese?
and you want to make it sound Japanese. You just go deeper.
Tax for the kick.
Thank you so much, the form. Appreciate you. All right, let's get some super chats. The fence sitting, religion, pick a side, bro. I agree. Parenum came in with $5. Says Arabs conquered the cities and those cities produced the math. Also, Christians were first to make universities. Super based. Modern Brain came in $5. Advanced civilization equals God. Therefore, the Aztecs worship Jesus. We already read that one. Saint Basil. Saint Basil the Great in Caesarea in 3. Yes, thank you. That's the guy who did the first hospital. They killed him not, nor did they crucify him. Yep. No, sir, you are yapping and sound like a clown. I hope you're talking about him. I have a reason to believe in those things. Sin. That's not a good reason. Armenia was the first country to adopt Christianity. Was it? I didn't know that. And then the tax for the kick. Thank you so much. Thank you. W's in the chat.
Oh,
W's in the
somebody said
chat. What?
They said the German.
What is it?
I'm not reading it. You can read it.
Where?
You embarrass yourself. Unknown soldier.
I don't see it.
What?
Did it just come in?
Yeah, it's still on my screen.
I don't see it at all.
In the longs.
I think for some reason it doesn't show me everybody's chat.
Did you switch it to live chat and not?
Well, I can't do that through this thing.
Oh.
That's the thing. It won't let me do it. Hold on, maybe I can. Let me see real quick. We'll have to stop it for a second, reactivate it to do it. How much for me and Bert to change outfits? A lot of money. I'm not shaving my cat. Not shaving my cat. Okay. Select live sources. Oh no. Now I have to really have to reset it all. That shouldn't take too long though. Don't worry, chat. You'll be back up in a second. Live chat. There we go. Live chat. Problem solved. Problem should be solved. All right, let's bring up a guest. And then we'll find the German thing at some point.
Multiple people are sending it now. I really want you to do that.
Dude, respond to my Grindr message. No, that was a phase. That was before I was a Christian. All right? That was a phase. I'm not going to respond. Listen, I thought you were cute, but I became a Christian and then I just wasn't about that life anymore. So, sorry, bro. Sorry. I know I'm very handsome and I would have been the best you ever had, but can't happen now. I'm married. LOL, what's Grindr? Like you don't know. What's Grindr? I don't know. I don't know what that is. Jolly, hello, how are you? And just real quick, how old are you? All right, man, let me bring you in. There are 0 reasons to believe in atheism or Islam is true. Prove me wrong when to talk about.
Well, I am Christian, but since you don't have any other guests, I was hoping to discuss something with you. It's fine if it's,
Is this
not
Abraham?
No. Who's that? It's just about Jesus being God.
Are you Christian?
Yeah.
Jesus is God. Hallelujah.
Yeah, it's just something like an inconsistency I'm just having trouble figuring out, that's all.
Sure. What's up?
Yeah, so obviously Jesus fully has the divine essence, right?
Hmm.
And you would agree that the divine essence is uncaused.
Yep.
So if Jesus fully possesses the divine essence, is it like wouldn't that mean he is also uncaused, same as the Father?
Jesus is uncaused, but he's not. He's not a
No,
say.
because he's divine by virtue of his Father, right?
Yeah, he's eternally begotten. That doesn't mean he's caused. Like, what do you? How are you using
Yeah,
the word cause here?
like the monarchy, the Father is the monarchy of the Trinity. Like the Father is the sole cause, and
Yeah,
the
if you,
Son
if
is
you,
begotten.
yeah, if you want to hold to specifically a monarchical point of view in Trinitarianism, you don't have to hold to specifically to that model. But let's say we did hold to that model. What's the issue?
Well, that's because then that model says that the Father is the sole cause, right? But if the Son also fully possesses the divine essence,
Mm-hmm.
which by nature is uncaused, how can you say that the Son is caused by the Father?
Because he possesses the essence. He isn't the essence. Like, he's not the essence. He possesses it. I don't see the issue.
Well, possessing the essence means possessing all the attributes of the essence, right? And one of the attributes of the essence is being uncaused, because the
Mm-hmm.
divine essence is uncaused.
Mm-hmm.
So
I
that would
still don't see
mean,
the issue.
well, because like the divine essence is uncaused and then the Son is caused. Don't you see that's a bit of a flaw?
Well, I still don't like the word caused here for the Son because the Son is eternal.
Yeah, it's eternally begotten, but
Yeah.
it's, like the church fathers and, the Nicene Creed, they all affirm that the Father is the sole cause, the monarchy of the Trinity, right?
Yeah, he's the
And then the
source.
Son
He's
is
a
begotten
say.
and the Spirit is possessed, right?
He's a say, but I don't see the issue. Like, if I'm visioning in my head, I see the Son who comes from the Father, and then the
Hmm.
essence that comes from the Father is also shared in the Son, and that happens eternally.
Essence that comes from the Father is shared in the Son.
Yeah, because they all share in the essence that is God, that is divine. Right? The problem is looking at God as personhood. God is not personhood. God is essence. It's an energy.
Hmm. Correct. But so then how can the Son possess that essence, but at
I
the
still
same
think
time
this
be
is
caused?
Abraham.
It's not. I'm not sure who Abraham
You
is.
sound like Abraham. You sound exactly like him. Trying to get
I
me on something.
No, I mean, I mean, I don't know what to say, man. I'm not Abraham.
Okay, I believe you.
Remember when we accidentally thought that guy was Than?
Yeah, I know. That's why I trust him. I believe him.
That as actually what prompted this was Than had. Do you know who Joshua? I'm gonna
So
butcher his
Jawadi.
last name. Yeah, him.
Hmm.
And I was just watching some of their streams, and like that's what caused this to pop up. Actually, I'm like, this doesn't make sense to me.
Yeah, Joshua Sajwadi has a different model of the Trinity.
He's monarchical Trinitarianism, no?
Yeah, but
Or
he calls it so it's in line with classical theism, but he has a different model of it.
oh,
Uh,
conciliary something, right?
I think it starts with an A. I don't remember exactly what it's called, but it heavily leans into trope theory. So it's like the divine
Uh,
essence is a divine trope that the three persons share in, and it exists in them, right? So very like how the color red exists on a vehicle, right? That's a trope. The divine essence is a trope or a great trope. I forget what word he used that exists in the three persons.
by trope is like it's an attribute that they all possess, all the persons possess, or
You'd have to go and read his paper again on how he defines trope.
I
But
tried. It's just went over my head, so figured might
yeah,
as well ask people like you.
it's a difficult paper to wrap your head around. But they do a call in. You could just ask him next time he does a call in.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. No, for sure. I just figured, you don't have any guests, so might as well pop in, see what you think. But yeah, okay.
Yeah.
Huh.
Like maybe ask Nick a little bit more about this. He'd probably be more studied on the
Uh,
actual nature of the monarchical
Fearless
Trinitarianism
Truth
than I will.
or
Yeah.
okay.
So
All
go
right.
ask him. He'd probably give you a better answer than I would.
Okay, sweet. All right. You guys have a great day.
You too, man. God bless.
God bless. Bye.
Jay Dyer, be a good one too. Yeah, this is not really my wheelhouse because honestly, I don't care about it that much. Some people get really hung up on this. Like, it has to be the monarchical point of view. It has to be, the Floque is who believes in that. Like, honestly, like this is gonna get people mad. I give zero F's about the Floque. None. I don't. I do not care, like at all. If it was one way, if it's the Orthodox viewpoint, or the Catholic viewpoint does not change anything about how I'm a Christian on my day-to-day basis. But people fight and argue. There's literally a schism of two churches because of it. And I'm like, really? Over that? Over that? That's what you guys divided over? What?
I'm laughing at Major John.
What do you say?
You said, "Can we make a poll on if Major John should be let out of the basement?"
No, there's no. That's no. Get back to work, bro.
We need you.
Just so you guys know, every time I have technical issues, it's because he's not pedaling hard enough, and that's a fact. All right, let's bring up a guest. Give it a couple seconds, see if your mic connects. Nope. Okay. Goodbye.
You had a super chat.
Oh, did I? Yeah. Take my money, you grifter. I'm not even grifting today. We'll do that. We'll do that again, though, for sure. Jana, I think, came in $10. Hi, everyone. I haven't seen this live in a long time. Oh. What? You're not subscribed? We go live all the time. You just got to hit that bell icon. Crowley, hello, how are you? And just real quick, how old are you? You muted yourself. Hey, just real quick, how old are you? All right, man, let me bring you in. There are 0 reasons to believe atheism or Islam is true. Prove me wrong, win a taco.
I'm so sorry, my man. I gotta go. Can I come back in like 20 minutes ish?
Sure. Yeah.
Sorry about that.
God bless. All right. God equals fables. Hello, how are you? And just real quick, how old are you? Good, man. Let me bring you in. All right. There are 0 reasons to believe atheism or Islam is true. Prove me wrong, win a taco. Go ahead.
There's a lot of conflicting gods out there, a lot of conflicting belief systems. Maybe instead of believing one of them is true, maybe it's more likely that none of them are true.
Isn't the fact that none of them are true also a belief system?
No, it's just the lack of a belief. What do you call someone that doesn't believe in tooth fairies? There's no word for it.
But yet there's a word for somebody who doesn't believe in God?
It shouldn't be. The word shouldn't exist.
So the word
It's
atheist
the lack
shouldn't. So what does lack belief mean?
It doesn't tell you anything about the person except for they just don't believe in this one thing. That's it.
Okay, so if I ask them, does God exist? What would they say?
Well, for me, I'd first have to have you define God.
A being that has the max making properties.
That could just be nature, so sure.
No, because nature isn't a being.
Well, it could be, because whenever you say being, it doesn't actually need to be an actual like being as in personhood. It could be
I'm not using
to
being as in personhood. I'm talking about his existence. But let's add that in. A being with a mind with the max making properties.
Okay. Why would it need to have a mind?
That's not the question I'm asking. I'm saying, do you believe that exists? Yes or no?
No, I don't believe it exists. The mind part. The rest
so
of it,
no,
sure.
you do not believe it exists.
Yeah.
Right. So then, therefore, it's a belief system.
Why do you believe in it? Why do you believe in not only a God, but it's a God you can pray to?
But you concede that it's a belief system.
I mean, sure, I guess so.
Okay. So then just simply stating that there are so many belief systems, they can't all be right. So let's just conclude they're all wrong. That doesn't mean atheism is the default, right? Because that would be included in belief systems.
I think without a God, you can still have like spirituality. I think atheism shouldn't even really exist because it doesn't tell you anything about the person.
It tells you they don't believe in God.
You can have spirituality without a God. That would be a lot better than atheism, I would say.
Okay.
Can I ask you something?
Yeah.
Hey, you see a lot of religions around the world. I imagine you could probably name what you would believe as false faiths. How How is it you know you have the right one?
Because of the death and resurrection of Jesus Christ.
So, a resurrection claim.
Yeah.
Do you extend that to other religions?
What other religion has that same claim?
Well, it's not the same claim, but claims of people rising from the dead or like
Like
coming
what?
back after they died. Oh, there's been these claims in other religions. I think
Give me an
Islam has it.
example.
I can't give any off the top of my head, but they do
Okay.
exist.
It's funny because everybody always tells me that all these other religions have the same evidence that Christianity has. And then I ask to show it, and then they never say they know what it is, but they know it exists. That's always the same thing.
Well, I could multitask and look up on Google other religions that have resurrection claims. I know it's not.
Why
I know
would you look it up if
Christianity
it's the argument that
does
you're
not
bringing
have a
up?
monopoly.
Like, why would you
I
come
know
up with an
Christianity
argument?
doesn't have a monopoly on it. I just can't think of the name.
Why would you come up with an argument against Christianity if you don't even know what supports your argument?
I know it well enough. I just don't know it. I
Show
can't give you the
me.
specific one. All right, well, just give me 1 second. Let me see if I can find it then.
Okay, well, when you find it, come back up.
Oh, this will be real quick.
Okay, well, I'll give you 30 seconds because I don't like to sit in silence while people search
In
for
the
an hour.
meantime, while I find this, you believe in souls. When do we?
No, not
in your
changing
own
the
opinion,
topic, because when people do that, this is a scapegoat that people often do when they don't want to actually find the topic. They'll bring up another point in hopes that I forget that they're looking up something. We'll wait until you find it.
Okay, well then don't complain about sitting in silence for 20 seconds. Just give me 10 seconds.
30 seconds and then I'm moving on.
Ancient examples include ancient myths of dying and rising, gods like Osiris, Attis, Dionysus. So, like in the Greek and Roman religions, the ones that they had, I told you that Christianity did not have a monopoly on resurrection claims, and you wouldn't accept it unless I gave you specific ones. There's 3 or 4.
You just mentioned that they have. Hold on 1 sec. You just mentioned.
Resurrection claims are not exclusive.
Yeah. Okay. So what's the claim?
Okay, people dying claiming to have risen, like gods like Osiris and Attis.
That's a belief. What's the claim?
The belief that Jesus rose from the dead is also a belief, and the belief is not co-equal to the claim.
No, I have the claims, right? I have the New Testament scripture that are the claims of his resurrection, his death and resurrection. What are the claims of these other gods?
Well, if you look inside the text of what they're saying, it'll give you the story, and the
Okay,
story
show me.
is the claim. My man,
Show
the
me how
story is the
this
claim.
lines up.
The co-equal to the Christian faith. It's just a story that people they equate it to the.
You're making a lot of claims yourself.
If I would say I think there's a better explanation than him actually rising from the dead, do you think anything could explain it better?
What's the better explanation?
He either didn't actually die, or it was someone else that rose up in his stead, a lookalike, a doppelganger.
So he was able to trick literally hundreds of people that he didn't actually die, including the Roman Empire, that he was put on the cross when he never actually was. And then his twin or some lookalike came up and started just pretending that it was him with people that he hung out with for his whole life, including his own mother, and nobody was able to figure that out.
Well, obviously, it would necessitate some people being in on it just to spread an ideology. But for most of the people that actually would have seen it, they wouldn't have been able
including all the people that hung out with him for 3 years. So all of them were in on it.
They could have been in on it, but the people that seen the resurrection, they might not have been able to discern a doppelganger from the original dude.
Okay,
it's a better explanation.
They were in on it. What was the reason they were in on it? Why did they do it?
I don't know. Maybe they genuinely believed that he was the son of God, and they wanted to do something to promote an ideology.
So they genuinely believed that this man was the son of God, had the powers of God, and then lied about his resurrection. Why would they do that?
They could have just been interested in spreading an ideology because they hated the Romans at the time and they wanted a new ideology.
How would this ideology combat the Roman ideology? They were still a Hellenized community. They had a Jewish ideology that could combat it. Why didn't they just use that?
Well, I mean, I'm just kind of spitballing other alternatives instead of God rising from the dead.
Yeah, and that doesn't,
Um,
and your alternative doesn't explain all the data. You know, it does explain all the data that he rose from the dead.
do you think people are free to not believe in it, and if they think it sounds like lunacy?
People are free to do whatever they want. That doesn't make it rational or reasonable.
I agree. Are people they what if they hear of your religion, they reject the belief because of legitimate reasons, let's be honest. Are they going to hell if hell does exist?
It's not my place to claim who goes to hell or not. That's God's place alone. If I do it incorrectly, I've committed blasphemy.
Well, speaking for myself, I'm only guilty of non-belief. Is that enough to send me to hell?
Did I not just answer that question?
I think so. You said blasphemy was the only thing?
No, no, you're not listening at all. So again, it's not my place to say who does or doesn't go to heaven, because if I do it incorrectly, I've committed blasphemy.
Okay, so you can't really discern who's going to get into heaven or not.
That's not my place.
Okay. I mean, do you think your religion promotes spreading the ideology?
Jesus says, go and make disciples out of all nations, baptizing them in the name of the Father and Son and Holy Spirit.
So it does promote spread the ideology. What happens if, I mean, it doesn't matter in the end if someone hears about it or follows it, though. So why does it promote spreading it?
Sorry, say that again. Somebody keeps getting in. I don't know how they keep getting in with past the queue, and that's kind of creeping me out. Say that again.
If it doesn't matter if someone's heard the religion and rejects it, or if they've heard it and they try to follow it, if these things don't matter for them actually,
Why did I say it didn't? When did I say it didn't matter?
Well, you said you couldn't say if someone was going to get into heaven or not, just
Right,
simply
it's
upon
not
the
my
rejection.
place to make that judgment. That doesn't mean it doesn't matter.
It kind of does.
How?
So whether someone observes the faith and follows it or they reject it, it's in God's hands in the end, you would agree, yeah?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. But then at the same time, Jesus promotes spreading the religion to people, spreading it from across the corners of the earth, right?
Mm-hmm.
So then why does it matter if it's spread if it doesn't even matter if the person follows it or hears about it?
I never said it doesn't matter. You just keep assuming it doesn't. I'm saying it's not my place to make the judgment call. I don't get how you're not, I don't get where you're getting this disconnect.
Okay, can I ask you the question I wanted to ask you a little bit? We'll just jump to something else.
Go ahead.
When do you believe we get souls? I believe you believe in souls.
I don't know.
If you had to put your finger on it, or if you to play devil's advocate, when would you say?
I don't know.
So you can't tie it into any. You can't even point a finger.
Where exactly is your human conscious experience located?
It's all wet where it's in your head. We don't have bodies.
Where in your
We are
head?
bodies.
Where is it specifically in your head? Can you point your finger
Your
exactly
neural
at where your
network.
human conscious experience is?
Yeah, sure. You know, like that space right above your eyes, behind your forehead, below your hairline, right where your brain sits. That's your entirety. That's you. There's no soul in the machine. It's just physical as your brain.
So just this part of the brain or the entire brain?
What I'm trying to find out is you believe in souls. When do
What I'm trying to show you
the
is that
entire
you're
brain,
asking me
including
you're
the
asking me to
nervous
pinpoint something that I don't know, and no one knows where the human conscious experience is. Yet for some reason you do. You should go get your Nobel Peace Prize.
All I'm simply saying is I believe we are bodies. We don't have bodies. We are bodies. There's no soul. You believe in the concept of a soul, but you won't even play devil's advocate if you had to guess when we get them. I
Why
have
would I
questions about
guess?
where they come from.
If you want me to guess, you want me to guess so you can make arguments against that specific guess. I'm not going to guess because I don't know.
No, not to argue with you, but if you're just having a conversation with someone, they ask you,
Bro,
when do you
the
think you get
answer
sold?
is I don't know.
But if I would push you for you to actually give up more, like it
The
before
answer is
1 year
I
old.
don't know. Chat, can we kick? Because he's just asking the same question over and over again after I've answered it like 6 times.
I can ask you a different question if you really want to. If you really don't like this one.
All
Really
right,
doesn't
I
like
would-
it. It's just you can't just continue to ask somebody a question because you want a different answer.
All right.
I
You
mean,
voted off the
not
island, my
answering
friend.
is
God
kind of
bless.
giving an answer.
He did answer.
Mm-hmm. I don't know is an answer. All right. Like real quick, guys. What without using a calculator, what is the square root of 100,354? If you had to guess. You understand like how ridiculous that is to guess that? Just say I don't know. I don't know what that is. But if you had to guess, what number would you guess? What is the square root of 100,354? All right, let's bring in another guest. At least 40. Bare minimum, at least. Bare minimum, I could say that. Tristan, hello, how are you? And just real quick, how old are you? Happy birthday. All right, let me bring in. There are 0 reasons to believe atheism or Islam is true. Prove me wrong, win a taco.
Okay, I will do atheism. Just to clarify 2 things. For atheism, are you wanting me to do the hard stance? Not just that I lack a belief, but that there is, in fact, I believe there is none.
I prefer if you do the hard stance, but I also disagree that soft stance is even coherent. I think it's an incoherent definition.
Okay. I can accept the hard stance. And
Sure.
for atheism, specifically, I'm assuming we're going to get for your God. Like, I'm not going to try and defend atheism against Greek gods or anything, right?
No. The term here is there's no good reason for atheism. You can't be atheist towards a specific God. You're either atheist or not.
But there are different reasons not to believe in different gods, right? Like, the reasons not to believe in the Islamic God are not the same to not believe in the Greek gods.
Sure. Yeah, but that's not a reason for atheism. That'd be a reason for agnosticism.
I think that's fair for the most part. Unless how do you put it? If all standards point to a naturalistic world and every version of some other alternative shows to be incoherent in some sense, that would in fact be a reason for atheism.
Yeah, the problem is you have to give me a definition of what you mean by naturalist.
That all that was it would be like how we perceive, or all that we can demonstrate to exist to some provable sense, right? So sight, sense, touch, feel, or instruments that can measure.
Okay.
So
if
that
God,
degree, right?
If God appears to you and you can see, touch, and hear him, is he naturalistic or unnaturalistic?
I would say naturalistic for the most part.
So if God exists, then we'd still have a naturalistic world, and God would be naturalistic.
Yeah, I think for the most part. With the slight caveat is some, like, there are many beliefs that posit abilities beyond the natural, right? So to do things that don't exist in our world or violate laws.
I do not think there's a distinction between natural and supernatural. Also, I got a little bit of feedback from you. Are you having me playing in the background?
No, my headset's a little loud. Let me quieten it. Is that better?
Test 1, 2. Yeah, it's way better. Thank you.
All right, sorry about that. So at the very least, I can go like how I went about it, like, or let me think. I guess one more question then. do I need to demonstrate for you a reason why you would believe in atheism? Or is it fine why I believe in atheism, right? Like,
No.
if it's reasonable for you to understand why I would, not necessarily convincing you that atheism is in fact true.
No, I actually think atheism is irrational.
Like, it is not possible to have a rational reason to believe.
I haven't heard a rational argument for atheism as of yet.
Okay. I can do it. I can do it myself for just my personal reasons then.
Sure, what are your personal reasons?
So the reason that convinced me the first time, which I would, soft atheism or agnosticism, was just that I lacked a reason to believe in God, which then switched over to hard atheism, as every instance I've encountered in any definition of God is incoherent to me.
Right. So
I
would
found
say,
no.
So I'd say agnosticism is perfectly rational. Again, I disagree with soft atheism being coherent. I don't think it makes any sense. So you're saying hard atheism, there are no gods. What is the argument for that?
I think that every definition is incoherent. Like, I've not witnessed a coherent definition.
Right. So then you're basically,
it's the.
Yeah. So sorry, I don't mean to cut you off, but basically what you're saying is atheism is the default. Why should I believe that?
Atheism is the default. I would generally go like null hypothesis standard. It's not so much that atheism is itself the default, but more so that lack of belief, or the belief in lack, is the default. I don't believe in dragons. I do believe believing dragons aren't real is the default. I believe that's the case. Everything, fairies, gnomes. There is nothing that I don't believe in that I don't also believe.
Now you're using the soft
exist.
definition. So are you arguing hard
No,
definition?
I don't believe gnomes exist either.
Okay.
But
why?
it's not because I've seen. Well, I mean, I've never seen any.
Okay.
Everything seems to point to the fact that they don't exist. There is no evidence of their existence. It's like I don't believe that Dallas was nuked. I've never even heard of a snakehead fish.
Do they exist?
You would have to define it.
It's a snakehead fish. It's a type of fish that exists all throughout the U.S. and up all the way to Alaska, primarily in North America. It's extremely violent, can go onto land and travel to other waters, and will kill just for fun. Has red eyes. It's pretty evil, to be honest. Do you believe it exists?
At this moment, no. But
so you do not believe it exists?
No, as of right now, no. My bar isn't very high though at the moment. Like,
okay, so your default is
right,
things
like
do
I
not
could be shown one.
Right. So snakeheads do exist, by the way, but and we can look it up if you really want the evidence. But
no, I won't fight you on that.
Yeah. So your standard is things do not exist until I've been proven that they exist.
Yeah, generally.
Okay. If that is the standard, why would you investigate or seek out anything?
Well, because I'm interested in what does exist. I find it fascinating.
But you already have a conclusion that they do not exist, so why would you seek it out?
Well, I mean, because I'm not all-knowing. I can be wrong. In fact, I am often wrong.
Right. I'm not saying that you could be shown that you're wrong. I'm saying, why would you seek anything out? Why would you actually look if the conclusion is that they don't exist?
Because I am often wrong. No, like, because I am wrong often, I wish to verify. The only way to verify is to seek, and so I must seek.
So it sounds like that's actually an agnostic point of view.
Well, I mean, if I don't believe dragons exist, I'm still interested in being proven wrong. I would like to think they exist, right? And if I see evidence, I seek it out.
But are you agnostic towards dragons, or are you saying that dragons?
No, I don't. I don't believe dragons exist. I believe they are fake or not.
Are you doing any sort of work or effort to see if dragons are true?
I mean, not at the moment. I'm less interested in dragons than other things like God.
Would you ever?
Would I ever?
No. Yeah. Would you ever?
I have finite time. If I had infinite time, yes. But like right now, I care more about God, so I spend more time looking at that.
Okay, so it sounds like you're taking an agnostic point of view.
I don't believe it exists, though. I mean, how is that not?
It sounds like you're saying I don't know if they exist. Because if you
No,
say
I
they do
don't.
not
No,
exist,
no, I
it makes
in fact believe they don't exist. I'm interested in being proven wrong,
being
but I still
proven
don't
wrong.
believe
I'm
it
not
exists.
talking about somebody coming up and proving to you something is wrong. I'm talking about actively
So
seeking out to see if it's true.
I am interested in my point of view being incorrect,
Right. So again, I'm not talking
which
about
does
somebody.
require me to also search out. I have like it is a part of the process. Otherwise, I would just stay in a room and never know anything, which is not interesting.
That's what I'm saying. I'm saying is you say that you have this atheistic point of view, but the truth is you act in a way that's agnostic, that you are unsure if it's true or if it's not true.
So you're ascribing something that I haven't said. I don't believe it's true. I'm not saying I don't
Can you just repeat what I just said to you?
Could you repeat one more time and then yeah.
Okay, so again, you're saying that you have this atheistic point of view, but you're not behaving in a way like that. You're behaving in a way of an agnostic point of view. You're behaving in a way of I don't know if it's true or not true.
So agnosticism being that it is unsure knowledge, right? Atheism is the hard stance.
Agnosticism is it's not known or it cannot be known.
Yes, and then atheism with yours is it doesn't. I in fact believe it doesn't. I have at least made the claim to you. I in fact don't believe it exists. And I have also made the claim I am interested in being wrong.
We're going full circle because the reason we brought up the snakehead thing is that you are defaulting as everything is atheist. It does not exist until it's proven it exists, which doesn't make sense because then why would you seek out anything? So, for example, you'd have to say that 1,000 years ago, Pluto did not exist because nobody knew Pluto existed.
No, I would have to say I believe it is valid to believe Pluto did not exist. It is valid to say 1,000 years ago, like if someone came up to you 1,000 years ago and said Pluto existed, I believe it is valid to say no, it doesn't.
Right, and then we should have never actually sought it out or looked for it.
Well, I mean, we didn't seek it out. We didn't seek out Pluto.
We sought out other planets.
Yeah, we were seeking out just knowledge.
Okay, 5,000 years ago. 5,000 years ago, when they all said there were no other planets except Earth. You'd have to say that was the correct stance, and there were no other planets. They did not exist.
I do believe that was the correct stance. Like it is, if someone came up to you and said there are other planets,
that's ridiculous.
I believe the correct planets. I mean, sorry, but what is the evidence to believe that there's other planets?
So
like if there's no reason to believe a thing, you should not believe the thing.
You don't default into things do not exist until they're proven exist. You default to the I don't know if they exist or not until you have sufficient data to say one way or the other. You're saying the default is things do not exist.
So that's a knowledge and a belief.
You're saying things do not exist until they are proven to exist.
No. So no, I didn't say they don't exist. I don't believe they exist. Those are like slightly different. I can be wrong.
Knowledge is based off.
If I said they do not exist, I
like,
would be making a statement I can't be wrong, which I don't believe is true.
So when you're talking about belief, you need three things for to justify a claim, right? You have belief, knowledge, and justification. You cannot have belief without knowledge. So when you're saying it's knowledge versus belief, that doesn't make sense.
No. When I like, so yes, you have knowledge, claim, and belief, or sorry, knowledge, justification, belief. My belief is built on my knowledge and my. No, I mixed that up right there. Could you repeat the three for me again?
So you start on a belief, and then you have knowledge, and then you have a justification, right? These are three things to determine whether
what's
or not
the difference between knowledge and justification in your mind?
So knowledge would be like, I know there's a bridge in front of me that is probably going to support me based off prior knowledge that I have of bridges. Justification is walking across that bridge and knowing it's going to support me. That'd be like a justification. So you're saying there is no God, and with saying that there is no God is a positive claim. That requires a justification. You have no justification. You're just assuming it's a default.
So the justification is that there's no evidence like that. So an example is New York has not been nuked. The evidence of that is there is no nuking in New York. New York is still there.
The evidence of that is New York is still there. I have a justification. I have a positive claim So if you're making a claim that New York is gone, it's been nuked, I can simply look to see if New York is still there, and then I can conclude that you're making shit up.
So, but that's a lack. Your evidence is a
Don't
lack
a
of
belief.
evidence.
It's not a lack of evidence. I have positive evidence. I have New York.
No, I don't think like I think you are mixing those.
No, I'm not. I don't need.
So
I don't need the evidence.
well, no,
of
no,
New
no.
York
So
being
the
nuked
positive
to
evidence
conclude-
of New York existing is New York existing. The evidence of New York not being nuked
is New York
is
existing.
New York not being nuked. No, no, it's the lack of New York being existing.
No. All I have to
Yeah,
conclude.
so-
Hold on. No, absolutely not. For me,
I
to
mean, that's how
conclude-
we do logic.
Hold on.
You
please
have
let,
positive
yeah.
and
Let me
negatives.
speak, please. Please let me speak. So you do not do it that way. If you have a contradictory term that is true, right? This is logic, right? If New York is there, and the counter hypothesis is New York was destroyed in a nuke, then those two things cannot be true at the same time. So therefore, I conclude that it wasn't destroyed by a nuke by simply concluding that New York is still there.
Yeah, but when you're dealing with logic and you're going through it, you don't use this claim is true, therefore this other
Yes,
claim
you
is
do.
true. You
That's
do
the law of
point evidence.
non-contradiction.
No, you do point evidence.
Can you
or
give
was
me the
it
3 laws of
point-
logic?
Law of non-contradiction, law of identity, law of excluded middle.
Right.
Sometimes
so
there's a
right here
fourth
is the
one, but it
law of
depends on who you're talking
non-contradiction.
to. The law of non-contradiction is without, like, it's a base assertion. It is
okay.
something that you must
No,
accept as true.
No, this is the stupidest argument I've ever heard. Because if New York is still standing and you claim that New York was nuked, I'm not going to say I lack the belief that New York was nuked. I'm going to say, no, New York is there.
No, I'm not. See, that's what I'm saying. I don't believe New York was nuked. I believe that is a claim that is acceptable to just not believe. The base is that you are wrong.
You would never say,
You
I
must
lack the
demonstrate
belief that New York was nuked. You'd say, I believe New York is still there.
Sorry, no, but I do. That like I believe
No,
both
you
of those.
don't.
Those are two separate claims.
No, you don't. You do not walk
Sorry,
around saying those
you
things.
can't. So you read my mind then. Like,
Yes.
like I'm not saying what you believe. I'm I'm
Bro,
explaining.
nobody walks around talking like that. If
There
I said
are-
to you
sorry,
that New
no,
York,
those are two separate claims.
if I
you
said
believe
to you
they're
that
not
New
two
York
separate
was
claims-
nuked, if I said to you that New York was nuked, you would not sit there and say, I lack the belief that it's nuked because I haven't seen nuked. You'd say, no, New York is still there.
No, so those are two different claims. New York is nuked.
Yes,
And
if
New York
New
is
York
not,
is still there,
right,
then
like-
it cannot be nuked, right? The law of non-contradiction.
Yeah, as long as those can't exist at the same time.
Right. So if I can see a contradictory thing is true, then that other thing cannot be true. So if New York is still there, it is not nuked.
But those aren't like that's not how
All
you
right,
interact with.
Sorry, bro. You've been voted off the island, but I appreciate your time. Oh, he just left on his own. That is the most silly argument I've ever heard. I lack the belief that New York is nuked. No one would ever say that.
I had hope for him.
I had hope too. He was a nice guy. We got some super chats to get through.
And 10 memberships.
Wow. Arlick came in with 100. I don't know what that is, but thank you very much. Did you read about the HGTV march and mass in the Vatican? Apparently the Pride Mass was encouraged by the Pope. Really disheartening. There's context to that. It's a call, right? It's calling people who are a sin to come to, so it's a pilgrimage, right? It's the idea is you call them in to repent. So the call here was specifically for those people. It's not just allowing them to march and cheer it along. That's not what's happening.
Did you look that up?
Yeah.
Like 2 days ago?
Yeah.
Okay. It just looks like a pride. It looks like a pride march.
Yeah. It looks like it because that's what they came to and did. You can't control what they're doing as they come. Post hoc ergo property hoc fallacy. What? Jesus Christ. You got to change your name, bro. Came at $5, says, God bless you, John, and your family. Brother, keep it up. Thank you so much. Now, I haven't done a deep dive into that, so I'll look into it again, but just a quick study. That's what I noticed. Did you and Abby both wear maroon on purpose, or we're matched? We both got black pants and maroon.
We didn't mean to.
Visual Dawn, I would have kicked the last guy when he called Dionysus Diosaucinus. A rock also lacks a belief. No one cares. Let's move on. Super based. Super based. Perenum came in with $10. Hey, Big John, love your work, and I applaud you. What?
That's not the right person.
Oh, I thought. Oh, Emmanuel. Why did I think Perenum? Sorry. Emmanuel came in with $10, says, hey, Big John, I love your work, and I applaud you for keeping up the faith. After hearing your announcement, as a dad myself, I pray for you and your wife. You two are amazing, and I've been praying for you both. Thank you so much. Please keep us in your prayers. Lord Striker came in with $5. I was driving in my town and saw a store that said Sola Salon and Spa. Is this a new doctrine? Is it like Sola Scriptura? What do these people
Go get like a manicure and
awesome,
find out.
Awesome. Mitziayim? You're gonna have to tell me how to say your name. Gifted 5 memberships. 10 memberships. Wow. Why did I think 5? 10 memberships. Thank you so much. It's very generous. This is why Abby's
read numbers, guys.
This is why Abby's here. This is literally why she's here.
To read.
To read. I don't know how to read, obviously. 100 Christians versus reading comprehension skills. I'm going to be quoting that live forever. It was so much content. I'm repurposing and putting that out soon too as well. All right, let's bring up a guest. Crispy, hello, how are you? And just real quick, how old are you? And let me bring you in. There are zero reasons to believe atheism or Islam is true. Prove me wrong. Winataco, go ahead.
All right. Also, I'm on behalf of Islam, and if you win, or if I win, donate it to a poor guy. I don't live on the same continent you do. Yeah?
Okay.
Cool. I got 2 avenues. It's either, do you want me to prove that Jesus isn't God even within the Bible, or do you want me to prove that Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam is prophesied in the Old Testament, as we claim?
How does that prove Islam? Any of these things? Like, if Jesus is not God, how would that prove Islam?
That's what I'm telling you. If first of all, I prove to you that Christianity is false, then I can prove to you Islam is true, because you will have to let go of the Trinity and go back to true monotheism. You get what I mean?
Why not
So just
Judaism?
pick which one I want. Why not Judaism? Very simple. Jews literally argue that the rabbis won an argument against God. God is all-knowing. We both agree on this. Therefore, they're false. It's that simple.
Is that a dogma?
Yes, that is a real thing in the Talmud, which every Jew believes in right now.
Talmud is not dogma.
Tell that to every freaking. Hold on. Tell that to any Jew right now.
Okay,
No.
Jews. The
Yeah.
Talmud is not dogma.
If you ask them, they follow it. They do all the laws. They believe all the stories.
The Talmud is rabbinical teachings. It's not dogma.
Exactly.
Do you know what dogma is?
They believe in these teachings. But dogma is what you mean by scripture, yes?
No.
100% word of God? Okay,
No.
may you explain to me just so I can understand?
Yeah, dogma means that is the teaching and you cannot go against it at all. The problem is saying that everything in the Talmud is the teaching. There are contradictory teachings in the Talmud.
Yes, that's further proof that they're wrong, actually.
No, that just
That's why you
means
said, why
means
Judaism?
it's
There.
not dogma. Right? Are
wait,
there
you said-
hadiths that contradict each other?
Not within the Sahih, no. No.
Sure, not within the Sahih, fine, but are there hadiths that
Yes,
contradict each other?
Well, this is how it works, right? The Sahih is the most correct.
Can you just
authentic
answer the
hadith.
question?
Yes, I'm explaining to you the difference between Sahih and not
But
Sahih.
answer
so
the
you know
question
what I
first,
mean.
and then you can explain it. Are there hadiths that contradict each other?
I'm giving you an answer. Not everything can be answered, but in 10 seconds.
Listen, you can answer a true
answer?
dichotomy. You can answer a true dichotomy, and then give the explanation for that true dichotomy after. But give the answer to the true dichotomy first. Are there hadiths that contradict each other?
Not the authentic ones. There. Ready?
That you're still not answering the question. Are there hadiths that contradict each other?
The reliable ones, no. The ones
You're
that
still
we
not
actually
answering
know
the
they're
question.
from real
Are there
people, no,
hadiths
from
that
truthful
contradict each
people.
other?
Okay, I get why people say that you're an apologist. So
You're
guys,
an apologist for
please,
Islam.
Yeah, sure. You're an apologist for Christianity. You want
Okay,
people to actually
why is
find the
that an
truth?
insult?
That's not an insult. I'm telling you, you're
Then
trying
why are
to
you saying I
walk
see why
around, you're
people
not
call
willing
you
to
an
answer the
apologist?
hadiths. Do you want?
It's
Okay,
a
you want me
simple
to
question. You
explain what?
can justify the answer to your question after. It's not a trap. Are there hadiths that contradict each
Cool.
other?
Cool.
Listen, watch.
No.
I'll show you a way to answer it. Yes, there are hadiths that contradict each other, John, but guess what? We have sahih hadiths, which are authentic, and we have other hadiths that are not authentic. So we're going to take the word over the sahih first, rather than the ones that are unauthentic. Did you see how I answered that?
Fair enough. I thought you wouldn't let me do that, just to be honest.
No, you just weren't answering the question.
Apologies. If you're going to be dishonest, then I will do this from now on. Is that okay? Is that
Did
cool?
you say I'm going to be dishonest?
No, I'm going to be this honest. I will become
If you're
as
going
honest
to
as
be
you wish me
this
to be.
honest.
So you
this
weren't
honest.
honest first?
THIS
No,
and then
he's
honest, not DIS.
didn't think you were going to be this.
No, but he's saying if you're going to be this, okay, I get it.
He didn't.
Yeah. Okay. Cool. Okay. Got me. Thank God we cleared that up. Yeah. All right. So, do you want to know about this prophecy in the Old Testament that still exists to this day?
We haven't even gotten to that point yet.
Cool. Okay. You want to go back to Jesus' divinity, for example, or the hadiths, or what?
Well, I'm just saying, if you show that Jesus isn't God, why couldn't I be Jew? Why couldn't I be a Latter-day Saint? Why couldn't I be Mormon? Why couldn't I be Zoroastrian? Why couldn't I be any of these other beliefs? Why would it default to Islam?
Because the authenticity of all those other beliefs are as questionable, if not more questionable.
Give me an
All of them.
example.
Okay, so how about Judaism with the Dead Sea Scrolls? You know, it's the Torah, right? So, with all the knowledge that humans know, Moses existed about 1,000 years before the Dead Sea Scrolls. Yes, do you understand this? And as such, modern Jews, you know, rabbinic, so on and so forth. Basically, everyone says from the Jews that the Dead Sea Scrolls were written by heretics, despite the fact that they were written 1,000 years before any compiled, preserved Torah that we have today.
What are the Dead Sea Scrolls?
The Dead Sea Scrolls are a collection of scrolls that are dated to be the oldest ones by far.
Scrolls of what?
Scrolls of a few books, some of which still exist of the Torah. Some of which exist
Some
today,
are the
and
Torah, and then some were also heretical writings that were not in the Torah. Right? There's an entire library there in the Dead Sea Scrolls. So when are they saying that the Dead Sea Scrolls are written by heretics? Which scrolls are they referring to?
They're actually referring to the whole thing, because even the books that exist within the Torah right now, I'll pull it up. I'm telling you that the differences between the oldest readings and the ones that exist today are, they basically tell, the Jews basically argue that, they not only added books, they also changed the books that we have. Does that make sense? Well, I'll pick you up in a second. Scrolls. You stay with me? Just making sure. So, just a second. I'm actually just pulling up some of the actual written stuff. I will get to Isaiah 42 if I can't locate it. It's not a problem. It's not really, because these do believe in the Old
Isaiah
Testament.
22?
No, 42.
Because the arguments I've heard against it were Isaiah 22.
No, brother, it's the 42nd book of the book of Isaiah in the Old Testament. The servant of the Lord is the header. Yeah? Am I clear?
Yeah, I'm waiting for you to bring it.
All right, cool. Isaiah 42 exists. You mean you want me to bring the Dead Sea Scroll differences, or the
no?
Isaiah
You're
42?
you're trying to bring a quote from the rabbinical teachings that reject it and say it was all written by heretics.
Oh yeah, I got you. Hold on. Just pulling up All right. My bad, mine turns a little slow. But I like bringing proof, yeah? Just a second. Okay, this is just a forum, so just stay with me. Trying to find an official statement by a rabbi. It's annoying. Hold on. Just a second. If I'm taking too long, you can't kick me out if you'd like. Just I am actively searching for it, an actual quote, so I don't.
Okay. Well, here's what we'll do. I'll grant all your arguments to Judaism just for the sake of time, and just say why can't I just have a generic deism? If you prove Jesus is God, why does it have to be Islam?
All right. Why does it have to be Islam? First of all, in the Old Testament, it foretells a prophet like Moses.
But you proved that Jesus isn't God.
Yes, I'm getting to it. Okay,
but the problem is you're using the scripture that says that Jesus is God to say that Jesus isn't God.
The Old Testament. Right? Are you sure the Old Testament says that Jesus is God when Jesus isn't in the Old Testament?
I'm not talking about the Old Testament. I'm talking about the New Testament. So you're rejecting the New Testament, then you're taking the Old Testament.
Huh? Sorry.
You're taking the New Testament and then accepting you're rejecting the New Testament, but then accepting the Old Testament.
I'm telling you that within the Old Testament, what's
but the problem is you told me I can't be Jewish, so why would I accept the Old Testament?
Doesn't the modern Bible have the Old Testament? You can't be Christian without the Old Testament in it.
But the thing is, you're telling me to reject these things that you're using as evidence.
I'm telling you that the authenticity of Judaism in general is very, very questionable. We don't know what's true and what wasn't.
Okay, but so you're saying Judaism is questionable, but you want to use Jewish scriptures to prove Muhammad?
Well, if Christians believe in the Torah, then in the Old Testament, therefore, if the Old Testament says something, therefore they must believe in it. Does that make sense?
But my question is, why? Okay, if Judaism isn't trustworthy, why would you use Jewish scriptures?
I'm using Jewish scriptures for the people who believe in them, being either Jews.
It doesn't matter if you believe in them. You're saying by definition, you're saying because they believe in them, I can use it. So you're literally saying I'm using a lie to convince them.
We don't know if it's a lie or not. That's the problem. That's the entire problem.
Well, you don't know if it's a lie, so why would you use it as a source?
Actually. Okay, no problem. You want to throw away both the Old Testament and New Testament? No problem. You want me to
I'm just asking a simple question, right? You're trying to use a source that you don't trust to convince me of your religion.
I'm using a source that you trust.
But you don't trust it. So you're literally saying, I don't trust it. I think it's a lie, but I'm going to use it to convince you. So you're literally saying, I want to use a lie to convince you of my religion.
Well, it's very simple. The Quran tells us that whatever Allah confers in the Quran and it's in the Old Testament, therefore it's true. Or in the New Testament, it's also true.
Okay, so then you've gone full circle, right?
Yeah,
so
exactly.
Then you have to, but then you don't start with Judaism. You start with Islam. You have to prove Islam first.
No problem. I was talking about, okay, let's remove the divinity. Okay, no problem. We can start with Islam. I'll tell you my claim. The Quran does not have the authenticity issues that any other, scripture from 2,000 or so years ago has.
What does that mean?
Okay. That means that we actually know who wrote the Quran, their lives, their biographies. We have manuscripts that date to the lifetime of the person who brought the Quran. All of these things
so
that do not exist for Christianity, Judaism. Want me to start?
No. Let's say I grant that. So what?
So what? So when Allah tells you that Jesus was a prophet, you say yes.
No, why would I have to? You're just saying it's authentic, as in you can give it back to the original writer. How do I know the original writer wasn't lying?
Wasn't lying. We have their whole biography. We know from people who are outside of the continent, outside of the community, that can attest for their.
Yeah, the earliest written attestment to Muhammad is 200 years after he died.
Oh, are you sure about that?
Yeah, that's when the earliest hadith is written.
Are you sure? Because that's when Sahih al-Bukhari was written, but Musnad Ahmad was about 100 years after.
When it's
And
written
not
or
only
when
that,
it's cited, because those are two different things. Because obviously, when I argue with Muslims about this, every single time they say, no, no, it's not 200 years, not 200 years. And then they bring up oral tradition. When it was actually put pen to paper, is 200 years after. That's the earliest hadith.
that's 100% Bukhari was put down to pen, but I am 99.99% sure that Musnad Ahmad, which is, just as an explanation for the people, Musnad Ahmad is like a collection of hadiths with with roughly no authenticity, like checking, right? And but it was written down about 100 years or so, if not less. When was Musnad Ahmad written? Just checking. Just checking. Yeah, 180. It's less. I believe another one was also closer to more like 160. More or less, it's about 100 or so years. Yeah. Okay, let's say
So
200.
no. You're down. It's 200. It's 160 to 180, which is if we're rounding goes to 200.
Sure, we can round it to 200.
Right.
That's
So
still
you're
better than
saying
the
you have
Bible,
these
by the way.
sources. You're saying you have these sources that confirm that Muhammad was not a liar. That came 200 years after he died.
Oh, are you sure? We have attestments from Jews and Christians of Medina. There's a lot of things I can
That
go
all
to.
come 200 years after.
Okay,
more.
question. Do you believe in David?
Do I believe in
David, the prophet
Yes.
David.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, we don't call him a prophet.
Oh, that's weird. Okay, sure. David in general.
I guess
the king
actually you
from the
could
Bible.
call him a prophet. I think you would call him a prophet. Maybe I got that wrong. Go ahead.
Us, we believe as a prophet because we don't believe that he became a disbeliever, started using, like enslaved the jinns, or not the jinns, devils. Yeah. I'm not that much of an expert in like the details of the Bible. Yeah, just being honest. Anyways, yeah, David, secular scientists basically said, I don't know, man. It's only written in the Bible. We can't find it. And then you know what happened? What happened
Yeah,
was,
but I'm not using David as an evidence for my religion. You're
no
trying
problem.
to use
I'm
the hadiths
arguing.
and Muhammad as evidence for yours.
I'm arguing that being written down isn't an attestment that it's a lie. All right, because I'll tell you
Yeah,
this.
I'm not saying it is a lie. I'm just saying, how do I know that you're just saying we can go get all the way back to Muhammad? Okay, cool. That doesn't mean anything. How do I know Muhammad just wasn't making shit up?
How do you know? Well, we got the Quran. The same people who authenticated the Quran are the same people who also authenticated the Hadith. The Quran 100% dates back to his life. Yeah, there's no
The Quran
getting
what?
around this. The Quran dates back to his life. No questions about it.
Well, I think there are
We
questions
got
about it when we have Uthman burning manuscript copies. We could definitely question it.
yeah. You know why?
Yeah, I know
Do you know
why.
why?
I know why, because the recitations were happening improper. So he got people to send it out and gather it so it could be burnt so he can give the proper recitations. That's what his claim
Cool.
is. But how do I know he's not just burning the parts that disagree with his viewpoints?
Because he got a council of everyone else that wrote down the Quran. All of the Abdullah ibn Zubayr, he got all of them. You
So
probably don't
then,
know these
did he
names.
get the council of the people he gathered the improper recitations from and burned? Did he get their counsel, or did he just get the counsel from all the people who agreed with him?
He got the counsel from the people who wrote the Quran. The people who didn't write the Quran, they had less of a say, but they did also do a thing where they would
So
get
he got the people who already agreed with him.
Well, let me finish the thing I was going to say. If there is a recitation they weren't sure about, they would also get a bunch of eyewitnesses, well-known memorizers, and they would recite it. If there's like a little problem, either they reject it or they check if there's some other memorizer, so on and so forth. It took
And
a long
how do you
while.
know this?
How do you know this? It was written down. It was attested.
Where? Which hadith mentions this?
This wouldn't be part of hadith. It would be a part of the histories, brother.
Which
Islamic
histories?
history. I'm not sure I can get you the name exactly, but we do have histories from that time period.
So it's
like
not
actual
a
histories.
hadith, so it's not sahih, right? And it's coming from a historian from when?
Baba, Okay, first of all, the historian were from the time, not even 100 years after the Rashidun Caliphate, yeah, because all the stuff happened during the Rashidun Caliphate. And also, here's the thing: you're combining the hadith with the like biographies and historical texts. The hadith are the Prophet said this.
I
Even
didn't
your
combine
Bible would be
anything.
counted as a hadith book. Yeah.
I didn't combine anything.
All right, I'm going to explain you the difference between hadith and history. So you're like, oh, but this is hadith, this is sahih. I'll tell you.
I don't need an explanation. I know the difference.
Okay, what's the difference then?
Yeah, so Sahih is something that's given as a recitation of what was happening in the Quran and an understanding of that. And where we're talking, I'm sorry, the Hadith is a recitation of the understanding of what's happening in the Quran. Sahih means it's authentic, what literally means authentic towards translation. History is recording the events that are happening outside of it.
Perfect, you understand perfectly. So when I tell you that Abu Bakr actually started before Umar, and they got roughly all of the alive people who wrote down the Quran, the writers of the Wahi, as they're called, and they got a council. Well, here's the thing.
Just one second.
Wouldn't you trust the people who wrote down
Just
the
one
Quran
second,
He is
more than the
lying.
people who
There
didn't
are
write down the
verses
Quran?
Uthman used that only had one person as a source.
Verses Uthman mentioned had really, you really spent money just to lie, huh? What Abdullah bin Zubayr?
Well, you haven't given me any like I've asked for different sources on how you know these things. You haven't provided any of it.
And can you read Arabic? Can you read Arabic, man?
What difference does that make if I can read Arabic or not?
Because a lot of that work hasn't been translated in English, and it will
Can
be
you read
kind of
Arabic?
an undertaking. الحمد لله نعم أتحدث اللغة العربية وأقرأها.
Phenomenal. So
Yes,
just
I
get this,
can
just
speak
get the
and educate
source,
it.
and I'll trust that you're going to quote it without lying.
All right, let's see here. I'll go get it for you. I would be better at this if I was a historian, but alas, I'm an English major.
Well, listen, man. I don't expect you to be a historian, but I'm just saying these are the evidences that you're using to prove your religion. So that like you should expect people that are gonna ask questions about it.
Not a problem. Yeah, that's actually fair. Yeah. All right. All right. Just here. Okay. Okay. I'm actively reading. Yeah. Okay. Do you want the collecting of the Quran during Abu Bakr or Uthman? You want to?
Yeah. So what are you reading? Let's start there.
What are you reading? I'm looking for the sources of the actual books where they write down Abu Bakr did this, Umar did that regarding the Quran.
Yeah. But what are you reading? Which book are you reading? What is your source? Like who wrote it?
I'm locating the book that is the source, buddy. Just give me a second, man.
Okay.
I'm gonna tell you it's the book of so and so written by so and so. Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. It's a lot of reading to get through, but I will read just for you. It's mounted. Okay. Okay, this is Zayd ibn Thabit, yeah. Just a second. Okay. It actually is in Sahih al-Bukhari about the collecting of the Quran during Abu Bakr's reign.
So it is. So it is hadith.
Part of it is, yeah. Yes.
Okay. So which hadith is it?
Hadith. It's an entire section of Sahih al-Bukhari, being here it is. Hadith number 4701. I'll pull it up just to double check, obviously. 4071. Just a second. Sometimes they write different parts of it. Distributed. Oh, chief. Okay, the format's wrong on this page. I'll locate it anyways, no problem.
This isn't it?
I haven't. It's the same book, but I just. Where is it? عمر بن الخطاب رضي الله عنه. No, that's not it. It's like the person who wrote down that didn't account for which book it was, so I'm just getting the right book. Yeah, because there were several books. Where is it? Jami' al-Quran. Okay, there it is. It's book 66 of the Sahih al-Bukhari. The like literal hadith number is 4986. Just found for you. It's 100%. Just pull it up.
Okay, and this says Abu Bakr as-Siddiq sent for me when the people of Yamaha had been killed, i.e. the number of prophets, companions who fought against I don't want to say that. I went him and found Umar sitting with him. Abu Bakr then said to me, Umar has come to me and said, casualties were heavy among the Qur'an and the Quran, i.e. those who knew the Quran by heart, on the day of the battle of Yamama, and I was afraid more heavy casualties may take place among the Qur'an on other battlefields, whereby a large part of the Quran may be lost. Therefore, I suggest you, Abu Bakr, order that the Quran be collected. I said to Umar, how can you do something which Allah's apostles did not do? Umar said, by Allah, that is a good project. Umar kept on urging me to accept the proposal till Allah opened my chest for it, and I began to realize the good idea which Umar had realized. Then Abu Bakr said to me, you are a wise young man, and we do not have any suspicions about you, and yet used to write divine inspiration for Allah's messenger. So you should search for the fragmented scripts of the Quran and collect it in one book. By Allah, if they had ordered me to shift one of the mountains, it would not have been heavier for me than this ordering me to collect the Quran. Then I said to Abu Bakr, how will you do something which Allah's messenger did not do? Abu Bakr replied, by Allah, it is a good project. My goodness. Okay, hold on. Where was I?
It's a long hadith. I don't blame you.
Yeah,
Take a breath.
It's a good project. Abu Bakr kept on urging me to accept his idea until Allah opened my chest for what he had opened his chests of Abu Bakr and Uman. So I started looking for the Quran and collecting from it what was written on me, palm stalks, thin white stones. Also, the men who knew it by heart, till I found the last verse of Surat At-Tubar and Abi Kuzma and Al-Anasar, and I did not find it with anybody other than him. This verse is verily... there has come unto the Apostle Muhammad, for amongst yourselves it grieves him that you should receive any injury or difficulty till the end of Surat al-Tuba. Then he completed the manuscript's copy, and the Quran remained with Abu Bakr till he died, and then with Umar till the end of his life, and with Hafsa, the daughter of Uman. So I don't know how this backs up what you're saying.
There is a account of the writing down of the Quran not even 100 years after this happened. And also about these manuscripts.
But it says here, till I found the last verse of the Surat of At-Tubar, repentance, with Abi Kuzma and Al-Asnasa. I did not find it with anybody other than him. This only one guy had this for the last bit, for the last Surat.
That's at the time of Abu Bakr. They did another collection after. There's the first attempt by Abu Bakr, and then finally by Umar. And here's the thing. That guy is the only one who had written it down. They went to memorizers and they also located it as well.
Right. So again, I go back to what I originally said. I'd have reason to believe that people have changed it. Now, they might not have. It may be authentic all the way back to Muhammad, but you said there is no reason to believe it. And I'd say, well, the simple fact that they had to gather manuscripts and find out who wrote what and did what and change things, and they had to burn copies and get recitations from specific guys shows me that there was issues.
There were issues when they didn't do these. This attempt that they did, this project that they did, actually highly mirrors what you would call the scientific method. You get a lot of people who know what they're doing in a room, and they try to iron out the kinks. Yes, Socratic method. Isn't the Socratic method is you present an argument and then you throw you try to chip away at it until you prove that it's wrong, or if it doesn't fall, then it's right.
So that'd be like a deductive argument. That'd be using a Socratic method and logic. But the scientific method is when it's testable and repeatable. You can't test it or repeat it. So again,
I didn't say
here,
it was the scientific method. I meant it's one of the methods used in science, being that you get the people who know what they're doing in a room, they iron out the issues, they double check, they try to find the oldest things,
all I'm saying is it could very well be that they did a great job and kept it the original. I'm not saying that they didn't. But what I'm saying is, you said there's no reason to believe at any point any of the issues happened or ever changed. Yes, there is, because they literally said it was changed and they had to go back and fix it.
The qira'at changed, but they already had the original qira'ats just fine. What they did is they wrote them down, and this issue, by the way, this issue only appeared because the qira'at that were different, they were from far off places that didn't have like a strong connection to Medina and all the well-known memorizers.
That's fine, but I'm just saying
that's
there's
beside the
reason to
point.
believe that.
Cool. This comes to the part where we stop going from science and it becomes belief. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says in the Quran
None of this
that
was scientific, right? There's a justification, right? The justification here is that it was changed. That's the justification. Now you're arguing that it was changed back.
Yes, actually.
Right. So I have a justification.
The original thing, sir. All of the people who wrote the original thing were like, "Oh man, all those people who didn't write it down, they're changing it. Let's get in a room so we make sure no one ever writes anything different ever again, and it's wrong."
And then it creates internal contradictions where the Quran literally states that Allah's word cannot be changed.
Oh, are you sure?
Yeah.
No, brother. The Quran says that He will preserve the Quran.
No, it says His word cannot be changed.
Would you like to cite the verse?
Yeah.
Then?
Yeah, I bring it up.
Okay. Get it for me. I'll pull up my Quran too. It's not a problem. I can read in Arabic too, which is a bonus.
So it's 6:115, and it says, "The word of your Lord has been perfected in truth and justice. None can change His words, and He is the all-hearting and all-knowing."
All right, none can change His words, meaning that no one can change it into being lost, my friend.
You're adding things that aren't there.
Are you sure?
Well, show me. Show me where it says that.
Wait, hold on. You said 115. All right, I typed
6:115.
I almost just broke my mug. All right, I might have just broken my mug. All right. No. Second. I'm gonna keep going, even if my table falls apart. All right. You see here the word used is mubaddil. One of the meanings of mubaddil is replacer.
There is
Allah
no
here
word
is
used.
asserting, and by the way,
there is no word used.
Yeah, this one. The one
Which
can
word?
change.
Which word?
It's 2 words left.
One can change?
Yes.
مبدلة.
Yes. It's mubaddila. Yes.
Yeah.
And here's the thing: a quirk of the Arabic language that existed then and still exists now is one word can hold many different but related meanings. Yeah. Mubaddil can either mean change or replace. I have a example.
What's
just
the
so you don't say,
difference?
"Oh, no." The difference, when you replace something, you take out the original thing and you put something in its place.
Right.
When you change something, the original thing is there, but you have altered a part of it. Yes.
Again, what's the difference?
The difference
So
is
for example, if I have a Quran and I take out, let's say I take out this word
لكلماته.
and I put a different word in there, did I replace it or change it?
You replace it.
Okay. And so no
you
one would
also
ever
changed it.
accuse me of changing the Quran? They would say I replaced?
It's both. You have done both.
Right.
You have changed it and you replaced the
what's
word.
the difference here when it says if we synonymously change this to replace, how does that change the context?
Cool, because when you replace something, when you take something out, you put something in. When you change it, you don't have to put the second thing in.
Isn't that the
Does
same
that make
thing as
sense?
change?
No, because here's the thing. I can change my clothes, right? Right?
Yeah.
I can change my clothes. I have
And
to
that,
take off my shirt and put on a vest. Yes?
yeah, so you replaced your shirt with a vest. But if I took all my clothes
Wait a
off, I
minute,
wouldn't say that I replaced it or changed.
just a second, actually. I'm getting a headache. All right, I have a better example. So let's say you wrote down your name, yes?
Yeah.
Let's say John Smith, just as a random example. Yes?
Okay.
To replace John Smith, you would take the word Smith and change it to James. So you have John James now, right?
Okay.
Okay. That means that you have replaced it. You have taken out Smith and you turned it into James.
Cool. So I
That-
actually did change my name at one point in my life.
Oh, really?
Did I replace? So when I went there and I signed to have my name changed, why didn't they ask me which name are you replacing? Why didn't they just say? Why did they say change?
They could have. That's absolutely 100%.
Right. So they're
Because
synonymous. So what's the
they're not
difference?
synonymous. You know why? Because if I wanted to just remove it, just wanted to replace it. Sorry. If I wanted to change it without replacing it, I would remove the word Smith. It just becomes John. It's a change of. I've reduced the name from John Smith to just John, and that is a change. That is not a replacement.
This is one of the
Because
saddest
John stays in his
apologetics,
place.
my friend.
Okay, because when I get you on something, now it's sad. Now I've
No,
proved to you that
no one's
change
been
and
got on
replace
anything,
are
bro.
not synonymous.
No one's been got on anything.
Mm.
Okay, so it says the word
Because here's the
replace.
thing.
Okay, it says the word replace instead of change. Now what?
Replace, that means no one can take out the whole thing and put a different thing and no one would notice. Nope. God has told us that no one is going to replace your whole thing. I got you.
It doesn't say
That's the
whole
only thing
thing.
that we're said. It doesn't have to say the whole thing. It means
You're adding
well, I'm telling
things
you,
in
like,
now.
no one can change the entire Quran.
Yeah, okay, let's just read your version of it. The word of the Lord has been perfected in truth and justice. No one can replace his words, and he is the all-hearing and all-knowing.
Yes, no one can.
But they could
instead
take
of the Quran,
his words out.
They can't take his words out, but
So
when that
you
happens, the person who wrote
admit
the
here
words down will be like,
that
"Oh, you
Allah's
did it
words
wrong.
can
This
be
is how it is."
changed.
Where?
No, you're
Changed?
admitting it. You're admitting it in by just necessity, right? You're saying that God here is not saying that his word cannot be changed, which means by law of non-contradiction that Allah's words can be changed.
The written record, someone who writes it down, it can be changed. But what Allah is arguing is people can
Quran
try
can
to
be
change
changed.
it, but the original is there, and the people who have the original will change it back. Therefore, in the end, it will not be changed.
So that can be changed.
It is an oath of protection.
Can it be changed or can it not be changed?
They can try, but they can't.
So can it or can it not be changed?
No. With the systems we have, no. By Allah's oath to protect it, no.
So
that hasn't happened.
Okay, so then when it was changed, then that breaks Allah's
By who?
oath.
Did it all change? Did they lose the original? And the people who had the original, they didn't.
I didn't
change
say it was
the
all
other ones
changed.
back?
I'm just talking about any of it. Can it be changed?
Well, you say changed. Oh, but then, huh?
Can any of the Quran be changed?
No one can stop someone from erasing a word or adding a word or so on and so forth.
So you admit
But
the
when
Quran
Allah
can be
says nothing
changed.
can change it, when it is changed, it can be fixed. Anytime there's a problem with it, it's
That's fine, but
completely burned or replaced.
you're saying just say that the Quran can be changed.
No, because the word of Allah cannot be replaced. No one has made up
Can it or
something
can
like
it
the
not
Quran.
be changed? Why are you so hard? Why is it so hard to get you to answer this straight up?
You're necessitating a yes or no question when that is not the case.
Yes, it is a true dichotomy. It either can be changed or it cannot be changed.
Your question boils down to: can someone erase words on a paper? Yes. When someone erases
Can
the
they
words
do
on
that
a
with the
paper,
Quran? Can people change the Quran?
they can try, but they will not succeed in changing the Quran.
So then they cannot do it.
In essence, yes, because when they try to change it, someone who has the unchanged version will tell them, "Nope, this is the."
So then they
unchanged
can
version,
change
don't try
it.
to change it. They can try, but they will fail.
So then
That's
they
the whole
can't.
point. Functionally, yes, they can't. Functionally.
What does that mean functionally?
Functionally means they can attempt it, and they can try to get traction to try to replace it. But when that happens, without fail, someone with the original will stand up and say, "No, you got it
So
wrong.
it can be
This is the
changed.
right one." They can try. They will
All
never
right.
succeed in changing it.
I've got
That's the whole
enough
point. They will
people.
never
I've got
succeed
enough
in so.
people asking me
And
to
they
kick you
never
now. So
succeeded.
my friend, you've been voted off the island, but I appreciate your time. God bless.
You too, man. Have a lovely day.
It cannot be changed. It can be changed. It can't be changed. It can be changed. All right, Abby, entertain the crowds.
No.
Do a little monkey dance. Do a monkey dance.
I don't have a monkey dance, but I will answer questions. I need Lord Striker keeps saying that I need a list of topics to talk about when he's gone, and I do. I keep forgetting. I could read super chats, but I feel like John would want to be here for that. I won't do that to him. Favorite woman in the Bible? Jail. Lady that drives the nail through that guy's head. That's my favorite. Thank you, Kira. Yes, I do want you to create a list of topics. Or just ask me enough questions. That'd be fine too. Reveal one thing about John. Every time he asks you to entertain, he'll never ask again. I do feel like I answer questions about John. Nothing embarrassing, but like, I'd tell you guys things. Let John read super chats so we know he's reading Compass through 3rd grade. He didn't hear it. Does John snore? He used to. He doesn't anymore because of his CPAP machine. So now I just have the Darth Vader.
What are you doing?
That's you at night.
The what?
That's you at night when you're sleeping.
You're telling me about my sleep apnea?
They asked if you snore. I said no, but now because you have I said you used to, but now you have the machine, and so that's what I hear at night. You know what's funny is that there's been twice in the last 2 weeks that somebody has taken a shot at having sleep apnea, like it's not attractive.
We were at the hospital, and we were just listening in the background to this girl talk about a date she went on, and she's like, he was such a nice guy, he was so charming, and I liked him very much, but he had sleep apnea, and that just turned me off.
He had a CPAP machine.
He had a
and it was
CPAP
just,
machine.
Like, that was such a big turn on.
And I'm just sitting there like, we just trying to breathe, like, just trying to breathe. I know she wasn't talking about me, but like this guy was amazing. It was the perfect guy, but he had to breathe through. Pop, by the way, he had to breathe through a freaking CPAP machine, so therefore it wasn't worth it. It was the biggest turn off ever. It's like, bro, we just trying to breathe. We just trying to live out. Could you imagine doing that? It's like, oh, she was amazing. She was such a great girl, but she wore glasses. Like, she's just trying to see. Like,
it's pretty immature, but it's like if someone's gonna turn you down for that, then clearly they are not a long-term person.
No.
Long-term partner.
No, breathing's for losers.
Breathing gives girls.
If you were a real man, you would suffocate in your sleep.
Breathing gives girls the ick.
I get it though, because there's nothing attractive about the big mask, and I also have a sleep mask, so I literally look like a fighter pilot every time I go to bed. Because I put on my sleep mask, and then I have this mask, and it's one of these ones, so I literally look like a fighter pilot. Oh, sorry, can't use literal anymore. Like, it's not allowed to know. I kind of somewhat look. Never mind. Moving on.
I think it's cute. John gets to pretend he's Bane every time he goes to bed.
Crowley, hello, how are you? And just real quick, how old are you? Good. How old are you? All right, let me bring you in, man. All right, there are 0 reasons to believe atheism or Islam is true. Prove me wrong, win a taco.
Well, I don't really have a full-on argument per se. Like, I kind of grew up with almost no religion around me, and like everything was just nature to me. So I never really got introduced to God, and when I did, it just made no sense at all. So I never really believed it.
Okay. Well, you got no
Yeah, I
argument.
guess.
Sorry.
If that gives like an idea, like how and like where it starts, like
Okay. Well, if you got no argument, I'll jump on to the next person then.
I can give you an wait. Okay, so does like God change? Is that, can I ask that? I guess.
Depends on your view of God, right? If you're open theist, then you'd say yes. If you're classical theist, you'd say no.
Let's see. I guess there would be like some deity that's unprovable, like that's not falsifiable. I can't.
Sorry, just 1 second.
If there are
John
like
said
properties to
suffocate
God,
instead of suffocate. That's worse than elbow. I'm cancelling my membership. Good day, sir.
Good day. It was nice knowing you.
He's
Sorry.
my favorite.
Sorry, go ahead.
what was I saying? Yeah, if there are like properties to God, some kind of property, those are like falsifiable. And if there is a deity that has like no property and just stays there and like I guess made the universe somehow, that's like, unfalsifiable in my view.
I don't know how to respond. I don't know what the argument is.
I mean, there are arguments to prove some kind of deity is wrong. Like there's like people used to believe Zeus is wrong or Zeus is real, and then we got to know like okay, that's not how the lightning works. So that kind of stuff.
I don't think you need to know how lightning works, right? That's just saying there's a causal effect, right? It very well could have been Zeus throwing lightning. I actually do believe in Zeus. I don't think he's the one controlling the lightning, though.
Who was controlling the lightning? Who was that guy?
I think it's just a byproduct of the natural world we live in.
Okay, wait. The Zeus mythology, right? That's the mythology that Zeus was up in the air and like throwing lightning bolts at us? You believe that's real?
No, I believe the figure of Zeus was an actual figure.
What do you mean by that?
Fallen angel.
Also, there is a Zeus who throws lightning bolts at us.
No. Not the lightning bits part, but the actual figure, yes.
Oh, so we just assigned.
I think that figure probably lied about a lot of things.
I don't get your point. What are you trying to say?
I don't get your point. What are you trying to say? What is your argument?
I made up gods to things that were uncertain at points, and then we got to know how those things worked, and there was no need of God. Like
yeah,
Zeus.
Just because there's a causal effect doesn't mean that the God isn't a part of that causal effect chain. So it could very well be that, it's the science that we see as these things happening in the sky that's creating the lightning. But it could be the very fact that those things happening in the sky are creating the lightning are because of Zeus. Now, I don't think it is Zeus. I'm just saying because we understand how things work better doesn't nullify God.
I mean, that's like saying, what? Hang on. So now we know everything how lightning works. Where's Zeus in there? There's no Zeus in there.
We don't know everything about how everything works. There's always room for areas where we don't know.
We know everything how like lightning works.
No, we don't.
No Zeus in there.
We don't know how lightning works, because if we knew how lightning works, we know how the chain of all causal effects works, and therefore we'd have the answer for everything in the universe.
Wait. So if you don't know how everything works, you don't know how to make a cake? Is that what you're saying?
How the hell did you come to that conclusion?
I'm just because, well, a cake is a thing and electricity is a thing on its own. So we know how electricity and lightning works. We don't know how everything works for sure, but we know that part. There's no Zeus in there.
Yeah, you said we knew everything about lightning.
Everything about lightning, yeah. Everything about cake and that analogy. I know.
Yeah, but we don't understand everything about it.
We
know how to make a cake, but we don't know how to make the universe. Can you make a cake without the universe?
No, we know what we assign Zeus to.
Right, hold on. Don't just jump past that. You can't make a cake without the universe, correct?
Sure.
Do you know how to make the universe?
Is that really how you think?
Yes.
I don't have an answer to that. I'm sorry.
That's an old philosophical trope. To make an apple pie from scratch, one must first learn how to make the universe.
Okay.
This is not me. This is philosophy. These are people with doctorates in philosophy have said this.
I highly doubt that, but sure. Let's say that is true. So nobody knows how the universe is here. How do we do anything?
There's no way that that's the conclusion that you got from what I said.
No, you are saying we don't know how electricity works because
I never said that.
What is your point then?
You said we understand the totality of how electricity works. The totality.
Sure.
I said we don't, because for us to know the totality, we must know all things that created the chain of effects that led to lightning striking. We don't know all those things, so therefore we don't know the totality. Now, that doesn't mean that we don't understand how lightning works to a certain extent, to a great extent.
Yeah, to like beyond reasonable doubt kind of deal.
Can we, chat, can we get a vote? Can we get a vote, chat?
I mean, if you want to kick me, that's fine. Like,
I can't do it.
Point.
It's not up to me. It's up to the masses.
I mean, they can do it too. Like, there's no point in that. But like, so my point was like,
all right, you've been voted off the island. God bless. Have a great day.
All right.
Can you sum up what he was saying?
What he was saying? I have no idea what he was saying.
I don't know how to label this.
Just put question marks. That's how you're gonna label. Just question marks, because I have no freaking clue what was going on there. We got time for maybe one more. One more. Let's bring in a guest. Oh, let's do some. We got some super chats. Greg came in and says, I can read American. I don't know how to read. I don't know how to read. I hate that argument so much. I don't know. You don't know how to read Arabic, so therefore you don't understand. Okay, well, you're going to tell me you're a better translator than the guy who translated the Quran? Your understanding is going to be better than the guy who translated it? And then Gabriel comes in. I wasn't sure. There we go. With $10 says, sadly, my son is an atheist. However, he's honest because he says he just doesn't want to believe because of implications. Atheist callers, grow a pair and defend your worldview. You should disown your child. I'm joking. I will pray for your child. I have people like that, and my dad's like that, right? And he might be watching right now. Hey, Dad. My dad literally tells me all the time, it's not that I don't believe, I just don't want to. I'm like, Dad, believe in Jesus. And he's like, yeah, I believe in Jesus. I just don't want to follow. It's like, all right, man, fair. It's on you. Maybe I'll get to wave at him from heaven when he's in hell. Oh, wow. Hey, Dad. Maybe God will bless me with that. All right, let's bring in a guest. Mr. A, hello, how are you? And just real quick, how old are you? All right, good, man. Let me bring you in. All right, there are 0 reasons to believe atheism or Islam is true. Prove me wrong, win a taco.
I'm coming for that taco, John. I'm gonna be the first caller to win that taco. It's gonna be today. Are you ready?
If you really want the taco, I'll buy you a taco.
No. I'm okay. I'm okay.
All right.
I'm financially stable enough that I can buy my own tacos.
Okay.
You know. Listen, yeah, no. Hey, look, we had a good conversation last time. I'm happy to be here. Appreciate you. Let me think. Good reason to be atheist. So if I can prove that you're an atheist, I will win a taco, correct?
You can prove that I am an atheist. Yes, you would win a taco.
I can do it. It's easy, so easy. Why is all this fighting? Let's be happy. Come on. You know what I'm saying? Let's have fun.
Okay.
Is Thor real?
Is Thor real? Yeah,
Yeah,
I
Thor
actually
the
think.
god
Yeah, I actually think Thor is
of
real.
thunder. Oh damn! Oh, you got me on that. What about Anubis, the Egyptian god of death?
Yeah, so there's probably a lot of ancient gods that were actual figures that were part of God's council that were fallen, and there were probably some that were made up.
In a supernatural sense, are they real?
I don't
Are
know
they
the distinction.
equivalent to your storm god Yahweh?
Are they equivalent to? No, I believe they are lesser gods.
Lesser gods, but they're real?
Mm-hmm.
I thought you were a monotheist.
Yep. Well, I'd be more like, I guess, what you would call a henotheist. So I do believe in monotheism, that there is only one true God, the creator of all things. But when we're talking about the term God or the term Elohim, that was just assigned to divine beings. So, for example, it says in Genesis that God judged the gods of Egypt. Well, if they're judging the gods of Egypt, if they're not real, who's he judging?
Interesting. I'll be honest, I wasn't expecting that answer. Oh man, you kind of got me on that one. I'll be honest, because I'm like, well, I mean, look. Okay, how about this? Okay, let's run a little experiment. Okay, I don't mean to like blaspheme, or if I don't want to offend anybody, but like I just think if so you think God is real. Could he just reveal himself really quick right now for everybody, just to prove it really quick?
Ask him.
God, can you prove yourself in any way, just any way for me right now, just really quick? Nothing changed. I'm sorry, John. Looks like I'm gonna have to be atheist.
Well, no. You concluded that he doesn't exist. Why wasn't the answer just no?
Why wasn't the answer what?
Like, for example, if I walk past a billionaire on the street and I say to him, prove to me that you have $1 billion, and he just says no and keeps walking, does that mean he's not a billionaire?
Well, he might have a nice suit and a Lamborghini.
So does Andrew Tate, but I don't think he's a billionaire.
Oh well, oh god, that guy. All right. What else? Okay. What does God look like?
God's invisible.
Oh gosh, point atheism. What does God sound like?
It's going to be based off the individual. I don't know. I've never heard God.
Can I?
Right. Sound is going to be subjective, right?
You're going to
it's
say
going
I
to be
don't know.
stance dependent.
Okay.
Right. Well, but I'm just saying, like,
right. It could be a hallucination. Could be anything.
But no, that's not what I'm saying at all. Not even remotely close. What I'm saying is, like, what does the color red look like?
Oh, okay. What does the color red look like?
Mm-hmm.
Red.
Right. So, like, when we look at red, we just know redness as redness. We can't really say that, you're the red seeing, or I'm the red I'm seeing is the same. It's going to be stance dependent. So just like that with sounds, when we hear certain sounds or certain frequencies, we can measure the frequency and say there's a certain wavelength to it, but we can't say that sound is consistent amongst all of us. We'd have to reference it to something. So like if I heard a squeak sound, right, I'm going to say to my wife, hey, did you hear that squeak? Well, she has a reference because she understands what squeaking sounds like. So like to say, what does God sound like? It's like me saying, what does the color red look like?
Yeah. But if we're saying like let's take, when you say the color red, let's assume you mean red paint. Let's just assume.
I'm just talking about redness.
Let's just take
the color red. Doesn't have to be paint.
I understand. Can I infer that?
Why?
And can you follow that?
Sure, but I don't see why. Go ahead.
Okay. Yeah, no problem. So the paint would be made of chemicals that could be proven to exist, though, and be like scientifically proven.
Yeah, that's proving paint, not redness.
Which would be the color red.
Paint is red.
Like
Paint.
red.
So paint. So
There's
paint
a
contains
different
the property.
There's a different chemical makeup than red paint and green paint. So, like, yeah, I'm going with that.
That still doesn't tell me what
So
it smells like.
so that begs the question. Then if I see something that is red, I would assume to see the same chemical makeup that I've seen in that paint. If that is redness.
Well, seeing would be, I believe, wavelengths of light. So it depends on what filter.
Yeah, you could look at you could see a wavelength, but the wavelength isn't redness.
Like I said, it depends on what filter. If it's the naked eye and you're just looking at red, it'd be red.
Right. What I'm saying is there's no way to talk about redness or even show where redness is or what it encapsulates. It requires a presupposition to know what red is. Right? If I wanted to explain to something the color of something to somebody, I would tell them the color they already know. Same with sound, right? If I want to explain what something sounds like to somebody, I would explain a sound they already know.
I think that, yeah, well, I mean, I guess that comes over time, right? Like if
So okay, God sounds like God. There you go.
If yeah, I mean, well, it's sort of like someone, I guess, I don't know, it's weird to say discovered the color red, right? Because like it always existed. So it would be like, oh, someone assigned a name to that thing and then was like, hey, let's call this red. And then it proceeded from there, I guess, right?
I don't know what that has to do with anything that we're saying. But here's a thought
I guess the original point was, what does God
Here's a thought experiment for the whole chat. Technically, colors are spaceless and timeless.
Technically. Why does God make it so hard to find him if he's also described as good? It just seems like a contradiction.
You've never heard of Christianity?
No, I know. I know there's a lot of like Christian imagery. It's the top religion in the world. Makes sense that people would want to follow it.
Not that hard to find then, is it?
No, I know it's not that hard to find, but it's sort of like people kind of like go with what's comfortable. And so if all my friends are Christian, I'm probably going to be Christian, right?
That's a different argument. Your argument is it's hard to find. It's not hard to find.
For me?
Literally, who doesn't know about Jesus? If Jesus is God,
nothing
not that hard
supernatural.
to find, is he?
Okay. Nothing supernatural has ever happened in my life. So why is he making it so hard for me?
Give me the definition of supernatural.
Oh, I'm ready this time. Okay. The definition of supernatural. The meaning. Attributed to some force beyond scientific understanding or the laws of nature.
Okay, so literally everything that we didn't understand about science was supernatural until we understood it in science. So for example, quantum entanglement would have to be considered supernatural.
But you just said a scientific understanding.
Yeah, we don't understand how quantum entanglement works, so it has to be supernatural.
Is it scientific?
We don't know how it works in science. We just know that it does work. So therefore it has to be supernatural. What do you mean by in science? How are you using that word?
Based off of the definite. So you asked me to define supernatural, and I did, and now you want me to define the word science? Is that what we're doing?
Yeah, so you said that it goes beyond our current understandings of how the laws of physics.
No, the dictionary said that.
What did it say again? Say the quote again.
No problem. According to the Oxford Dictionary, it says, attributed to some force beyond scientific understanding or the laws of nature, a supernatural being.
Great. So quantum entanglement is supernatural then.
Is it scientific?
What the hell do you
Because
mean
it
when you
says
say,
beyond
is it
scientific.
scientific?
It's beyond understanding.
We don't know how it works.
Give me a second.
Literally got 2 minutes.
I know. Sorry, I'm like thinking really hard. I'm gonna have to think more on that. I don't think I've won the taco yet. Damn. I guess it's nice to think that, you know, something supernatural exists, but I just think
I don't think anything
it
supernatural
might be
exists. I
dangerous
don't
for
think
people.
that word makes sense.
Well, I don't know. It's just I don't even want to get in. Yeah, see, like there's Christianity and then there's God, right? It's sort of like, I guess you can make the argument that like Christianity is kind of pointing the way to God, the ultimate goal, right? Which I can understand. It just, you know, I don't know why it's just not more clear. Does that make sense?
Pretty clear to me.
Mm-hmm.
Man rose from the dead,
Different
claimed
strokes
to
for
be
different
God.
folks. Rose from the dead. So if it's, I I understand you're kind of hung up on this whole resurrection thing. If I
You're
could
kind
give
of hung
some,
up on that, like, you know, the whole foundation of
yeah,
Christian
you
belief.
know,
You're kind of
taking a
hung
little
up on
too,
that. Yeah, taking it a
yeah,
little
you know.
seriously.
No, but like if it's 2 or 3 people, could have been just like a prank or a hoax. You know what I mean? So you really can't take the word of 2 or 3 people, which I think we're both on the same page of. But when it becomes hundreds, right? Then you're like, oh well, it's got to be real. However, have you heard of the Mandela effect?
So you're just gonna bring up another thing that we don't understand as evidence against this thing that I believe in?
Well, what I mean is, it's a lot of people believing in a lie, and
We don't know
it's
if it's a lie.
been well.
That's the whole point of the Mandela effect, is that it's a mystery. We don't know what the hell is going on.
It's a social phenomenon where a group of people share false memories of specific details about an event, person, place, or situation.
Yeah,
That's what I mean by
assuming.
Mandela effect.
That's assuming. You're making assumptions with that. You don't know that.
Well, I'm saying it happens.
Yeah, you're assuming that it's just people all share a false memory. We don't know what's going on or why we have all of these false memories. It doesn't make any logical sense on what's going down. You're making an assertion that
Okay.
it has to be this naturalistic view that you already have. So I'm making the
Well, do you
assertion I
think
don't know.
do you think the disciples had a confirmation bias on their leader?
Yeah, the confirmation bias is that he shouldn't have died.
Well, you should have carried that cross harder. He's kind of a beta. Couldn't even lift it, bro. Does Jesus even lift?
God bless.
You were cool until then. Necessary.
Forgive him, Lord. He does not know what he does. That being said, that is our time. That is our time. It literally is. Literally is.
What a way to end.
What a way to end. What a way to finish it off. All right, guys, we'll do a quick prayer and then we'll do a plug and then we'll do a little bit of a hangout over on YouTube and then we'll call it a day. Lord, thank you. Or our Father is in heaven, hallowed be thy name. Thy kingdom come, thy will be done on earth as it is in heaven. Give us this day our daily bread and forgive us of our debts as we also forgive our debtors. And lead us not to temptation, but deliver us from evil. Lord, thank you for this day and the blessings. I ask that you bless everybody that's coming in to this chat today and had a conversation with us and that you guide them into truth. But Lord, if we're also wrong, guide us into truth, for you are king above all things. And it's just our own pride and arrogance that says that we know the things that you know. It's only you that can know. So guide us in that. Give us opportunities to be more Christ-like, more Christian every single day. Empty us so that you could fill us, so that you could show us the way and the path, and that we don't live in our own hubris and decide what our own path is for ourselves. Allow us to use our talents for you and for the kingdom, and allow us to just participate in your goodness, for we are not good. In Jesus' name, amen. In the name of the Father, the Son, the Holy Spirit. All right, guys, go follow me on all platforms. On YouTube is where I put out my content. We try to put out a couple videos a week. Been a little slower because of life, but we are trying to do that. You can also follow me on Patreon, which is how you support this channel. Link is down below if you're watching on YouTube. If you're watching on TikTok, it's in my bio. And you got a couple of packages there. First is our Hangout package, where you just get access to our Hangouts on Tuesdays and Thursdays. Still great content. And then if you go to our Knights Templar package, you get the Hangout sessions. You get our daily Bible study, which not enough of you guys are listening to, by the way. I put a lot of work into that, and you all need to be reading your Bible. Most of you guys tell me you haven't read it, and I'm reading it for you, and I'm doing the work for you. So you should be listening to that. And then we also give you exclusive content over there as well. At least one video a month, bare minimum, that you will get. With that being said, for everybody watching on TikTok, we will see you all on Wednesday. If you want any more questions, come over to YouTube. God bless. Join John's only steals. Listen, if tomorrow I found out there was no God, I'm starting an OnlyFans. I'm making that bank right away. That's what I would do. 110%. I'll fight people. I want to listen to the study, but I can't subscribe yet. There's a couple free ones up there. How do I feel about leg locks and guard pullers? They're great. I was planning on making a video on guard pulling. I was thinking about starting a martial arts channel and just do it for fun. And I was going to do a whole video on guard pulling, because I think guard pulling gets a lot of flack, mainly because it's done wrong. Because guard pullers will very often, they'll go into a match, they'll just sit down and start butt scooting. That's gross.
That was gross.
I didn't mean to burp. I meant to do like a fake puke thing and then a burp came out. I apologize. That's gross. But I think guard pulling with intent is really strong, and I do it all the time. So like if you're going to guard into a sacrifice throw or into a leg lock or into a sweep, any of those types of things where you're doing guard for a reason or going straight into your actual guard so you can do an attack. But if your guard pulling is I'm going to sit on my butt and scoot towards you, that ain't it, bro. Because sometimes when I'm doing jiu-jitsu, I don't want to wrestle, so I'll sit on my butt and just start there. But if they don't come into my guard and start fighting, they start backing up. I'm not going to scoop my butt towards them. So they usually stand up. Sometimes I do it, but it's like joke. But I'm talking like competitively. I don't want to see that. I don't want to see that. Guard pulling is fine. Wrestlers hate it. We had a wrestler come, a really, really high-end wrestler come to our gym there a couple weeks ago. And that's exactly what I did. As soon as him and I started rolling, I pulled guard. Right away. I'm not going to wrestle him because he's going to put me through the floor. There's no way I'm going to out wrestle him. So I just pull guard right away. My dog pulls guard. That's funny. That's actually pretty funny. Just join John's talking about butts and burps. That's what we've been doing for the last 2 hours. And Christ bless you as well, man. And Christ bless you as well.
You don't have to read that right now.
Well, you're sending them to me. Could have just read them to me in the car.
I'm just so I don't lose it.
Fair. Thanks for making more atheists, John. You're doing a great job. I got you, Pat. I got you. I'd actually very curious. Anybody who is actually a Christian became an atheist because of me? I'd be very curious to see that, because I've met many people who were atheists who became Christian. I wouldn't say because of me, but because of the work that God has done through me. Especially when dudes drop to their listen, and that's actually one thing I was going to say is people talk about guard pullers being awful, but like some of the best UFC fighters in the world in the past, right now wrestlers are taking over, for example, Nick and Nate Diaz would pull guard. And they would destroy people as soon as they got in their guard. Nobody wanted to go into the Diaz brothers guard. Right? They were really good at that. And then Ryan Hall destroyed everybody. He has one loss on his record. And everybody, like, here's the thing. They're like, Ryan Hall was getting everybody with heel hooks, and then everybody figured out his game and then just beat him up. No, he has one loss, and no one else wants to fight him. And you know who his loss was? Ilya Topuria. Like, did he lose because he pulls guard? Or did he lose because it was Ilya Topuria? Like that's what I'm saying. So I think I would like to see a high level jiu-jitsu guy we don't see really high level jiu-jitsu guys in the UFC right now. That's my biggest thing, is I think most of it's wrestlers and boxers. That's what you're getting between the two. So, and kickboxers. So you have your strikers, but it's wrestling that's dominating. And we don't, that LLS, what? No, that's just Spanish. Never mind. Lots of UFC fighters are Christian, by the way. Lots of Charles Oliveira is a high level jiu-jitsu guy, but I'm talking high level. I'm talking Gordon Ryan level. I'm talking Craig Jones level of jiu-jitsu, or what the heck's his name? Forgetting his name right now. Anyways, like these types of people of level jiu-jitsu. You don't see that level of jiu-jitsu in the UFC. Like, you see high level jiu-jitsu, but not that level. And that's something I would love to see. I would love to see that type of level of jiu-jitsu going to the UFC. I'd love to see Gordon Ryan has no incentive to go into the UFC. He makes all his money through jiu-jitsu. But I would love to see Gordon Ryan learn some basic striking. Just like not Islam, Khabib's striking sucked for a long time, but phenomenal wrestling. I'd like to see Gordon Ryan learn some basic striking so he doesn't have to, doesn't get knocked out right away. And then I would like to see what he does in the octagon with jiu-jitsu. The thing is, these high-level jiu-jitsu guys, they don't need to go to the UFC. They'll probably make more money staying in jiu-jitsu. But I think there would be some guard pulling. I think there'd be some heel hook and some leg locks. I think that would definitely happen. That's my viewpoint, though. We rating today? No. We're at the end, my friend. We're at the end. All right, guys. With that being said, I love you all. Especially you. You. Yeah. You're the one I love the most. Everybody else is kind of like, okay. But like you, you're the reason I get up and do this every day. God bless.